Here we go. Yes, sir. We live, baby. We are live. We live. Hopefully this holds up, man. Hopefully this holds up. I got everything, as much stuff closed as I can. Actually, let me make sure I got other stuff. I don't want nothing interfering with this live stream, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't have nothing interfering with that. Let me see. Windows, I want to keep that. OBS, I want to keep that. All right, we gonna rock and roll with that, man. Let's go, baby. Yes, we're gonna watch the trailer together. If it's something that I need to break down in the trailer, we're gonna break that down, and then we are going to go over all 80 pages. So buckle up. And if you have to do anything later, guys, I understand if you need to leave or whatever like that. The video will be posted to the channel as soon as the live stream is over. So whatever you miss, you'll be able to go back and watch it. But just understand, that's how it's gonna work. Can we coach games in Dynasty mode? I've heard people ask that, man. I think that you can. I want to say that you can. So understand that. Dang, I need to pin that comment, man. There we go. I have to work, but can't wait to watch the rest. What time does it start? It starts in blah, 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 blah. Actually, let me put this over here. 20 minutes. Starts in 20 minutes. Oh, y'all, that ain't. No, it's all on there. I wonder why is it. Oh, okay, that's just the window. Okay, we pop out at your party. Just trying to make sure everything's set up, y'all. Yep, just trying to make sure everything is set up and ready to go. Watching from Quebec? That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What about PayPal? I got PayPal too. Let me edit that, man, real quick. PayPal is REVDRE06. That's the PayPal. I'm putting that in the chat because you asked about it. Oh, I switched to the wrong thing. I'm switching my OBS, man. There we go. All right. Oh, man. What's up, y'all? I'm excited, man. I am excited about playing with the Pony Express. Yeah, man. I'm excited to play with SMU, dude. Like, that's going to be pretty fun. A stadium actually can hold about 30,000, I've heard. With the expansion, probably like 32. So I don't know if I'll get into the top 25. I'll be able to get in the top 25. Toughest place to play, but you know. What's good? Watching from the old South Carolina. Clemson fan, I see you. Oh, man. Let me catch up to these comments, man. Oh, okay. That's what I was looking at. Okay, there it goes. It's all the way on there now. Playing Madden 25 beta. How you liking it? How you liking the beta? 14 days. Yup, we in this thing. I took the 15th through the 18th off work. 11 years. Long wait. The missus isn't happy, but she don't understand the wait. Man, I will say I'm blessed in that regard, man. My wife understands. She fully supports what I do. And she loves football, so, you know, she excited about that. So, been a Mustang fan since Eric Dickerson. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so that's cool, man. Mr. Burns, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And y'all know where that's going. That's going into the funds. Guys, if for those of y'all who wasn't in the last deep dive or the last live, like, it was lit. And we, because of the donations that we got from the channel, I'm putting that right back into the channel. What was we up to? Like 4 copies of the game that we're going to be giving away? Is that right? Yeah, 4 copies. 2 for Xbox and 2 for PlayStation, just to try to even it out, man. Just to try to give both console players a chance. And it'll be the standard version because, like I said, YouTube doesn't pay me until after the 19th. It'll be after the 19th before I get paid from YouTube. So the 19th is on a Friday. 20th, I'll probably get paid that following Monday from YouTube. Okay, so I want y'all to understand that, and I'll put that in the video as well about that, so people understand that, you know, anything that's coming, like the games, I'm gonna give those away, but it sucks, man, because I really want y'all to have that on that Friday, but because of when YouTube pays me, I won't be able to do it until that Monday. We'll see. I'll let y'all know. Maybe they'll send it early or something like that. Long time watcher, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We are 14 minutes away and counting, man. Content always number one, man. I appreciate that. Here's my deal with the content creation thing, man. Like, I've always wanted to, like, I like whenever I'm excited for a game, I get on YouTube, I just want to hear something about the game, something, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to provide that service to people. Does that make sense, man? I want to, you know, because I get on here and y'all don't understand, me even making the videos has made the wait less painful. Like, it's fun to make the videos, and it's to the point now where I got a lot, like, man, in the comments tab, bruh, like, y'all killing it, because the question that we ask, I'm gonna go back to the video here. The question that we asked in the community tab about the not the recruiting first look. This one right here. Is there a team you're on the fence about starting a rebuild with? Let me know down below and we can cover them in detail. I did not expect the level of responses that I got on this. I wasn't prepared for that. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna front y'all. I'm being dead serious. So that's a load of content. You know what I'm saying? I am not gonna be able to cover every single team. But bruh, y'all showed up and showed out, and I freaking love it. And what I'm going to do is go through and find the ones that are mentioned the most. And those are the ones that are going to get covered for sure. Like, I think Virginia Tech was the first one on the list because a lot of people said Virginia Tech. Does that make sense? So, and then we got the playbook series on the channel. You can check that out in the playlist. This is going to be fun, man. This is going to be fun. Make sure I got the audio on. Where's my audio at? Microphones. Oh, let me test the audio out real quick to make sure that the audio is audio, and if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Let's click on one of my videos. Might be an ad pop up, but it's all good.
Kinder Bueno white chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. We good. We good. We good. Audio working. So when they get to talking, yes, sir. We in that thing. Finally made it to July. Wake Forest would be fun. Wake Forest would be fun, man. Mr. Burns, I'm finna make you a moderator, big dog, because your support is crazy. I mean, all y'all support is crazy, but I'm gonna make you a managing moderator for the chat. Cause Kyle's not in here yet, and I forgot who else I made a moderator. But if that's fine with you, big dog, I'm gonna make you a moderator. So you can help manage the chat, man. You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees. Welcome to it, dog. Welcome to it, man. Well freaking deserved, man. Well freaking deserved. And it's cool, like this journey, dude, that I've been on. It's so freaking cool because I've met some guys that are still playing college football right now. Mr. Boogie, he used to play for Nebraska. Like, that stuff is dope to me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff is so cool. Talking to guys that's coaching, either little league, middle school, high school, even college. There's been some college coaches that watch the channel and stuff like that. Like, dude, that is so dope, man. I commented my top 3 rebuild teams. Hopefully you can get to them sometime. Yeah, today is dedicated to this Dynasty deep dive, but I am going to get to those, man. We got time. I ain't got nothing to do the whole week. Actually, tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys, I'm about to put a video out early tomorrow because I'm going to be going over my grandma. Now, my grandmother just recently passed away in May. But we're going to get together for her birthday and stuff like that. We've always done that. So I'll be busy with family doing that tomorrow, enjoying that and stuff like that, man. So I'm going to put the video out early tomorrow, and then probably, I might put another one out tomorrow night. Who knows, dog? But the content ain't going to stop. We got a lot to talk about. They still got to do the Road to Glory deep dive. They still got to do the team builder website. Ain't no best believe when we on. And y'all, I'm going to go through it. I'm going to make a video on it. Will I do a team builder thing? I don't know, man. I don't know. If I do, who am I going to create? Probably SAU, Southern Arkansas. Stand up, Mule Riders. Yes, sir. Mr. Burns, I appreciate you, man. Smithers. That's why I want to hear you say that. Mr. Burns. Smithers. Didn't know your boy had them voice impersonations down, man. I could do that a little bit. The wing tee, I really wish you can create plays because I would love to put our playbook, like my high school playbook, the plays that we run in the game. That'd be cool. Run that stuff. Sorry for your loss, man. Yeah, man. She was 90. She would have been 91 this year, and I don't even really know what caused it. I mean, she had bleeding issues, like internal bleeding and stuff. She went through a lot, man. 90 years, dog. You lived several lifetimes, a couple lifetimes in that. So, oh, they set up for spread. Road to Glory. Yep. Gameplay first look. Yep. The gameplay first look. That's another one.
You guys want to see me do Peter Griffin? Yeah, hope everybody's having an awesome day in the chat. Yeah, hit a like, subscribe, something like that. And we're going to enjoy the show, yeah.
Oh, shoot, man. Do some voiceover vids. I've done some, man. There's some on the channel. You got to dig deep for them mugs, though. I probably put them on a different channel. I don't remember. Yeah, man. I told you, man. Y'all better ask somebody, man. When you come into my live streams, we're going to have some fun, man. We're going to have some fun. And mess around and get some real life stuff, dude. Because I know some of y'all catch y'all, man, and try to drop some wisdom and knowledge on y'all. Shit might get Yes, man, I seen Ollie Gordon got arrested, bro. That's crazy. I also seen a tweet where they were saying that he was going to transfer to Georgia. College football is Peter commentating. Can you picture that, commentating a game with Peter? Because Peter was a Pats fan, man.
So, first down and 10, ball's at about the 25-yard line. SMU's coming out, they got the ball there. They're going to snap it to Stone, he's going to drop back, he's going to throw a deep and complete pass. Absolutely terrible play right there. I probably would have thrown the flat route, but I'm not the coach. I'm just a commentator. Peter Griffin.
Well, y'all stupid, man. Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started, bro. Like, don't do that.
Because I can go all day. We can do Cat Williams on this piece, commentating 1st down and 10. Move them chains, pimping, because we going to the touchdown. We not stopping for 3rd and 1. We not stopping for 2nd and short. We going all the way to the house.
Man, y'all crazy, man. It's too early for this, man. Chill out, man. Chill out. Chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out. Huey from the Boondocks? I don't know if I can do Huey, man. Do Riley, maybe. Oh, shoot, dude. Yeah, man. Dude, I'm messing up on the comments, bro. I'm running behind. Let me catch up. Let me go back. Let me go back. Hey, man, we about 5 minutes away, y'all. We about 5 minutes away, man. Love the content, love the support. New subscriber here, appreciate it. And I almost made this live stream for subscribers only. And I will tell y'all this up front because y'all in here. When we do the giveaway, man, that's going to be for subscribers only, bro. That's going to be for subscribers only. I don't think it's fair to the people that's been supporting the channel that somebody on the outside. And I know I said last time that I was going, you don't have to subscribe to the channel. But I was thinking, man, and it's like the people that have been subscribed, they continue to watch the videos. And I want to try my best to reward those people, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a subscriber only post. When I post about it, only people going to see it is subscribers. So you know what I'm saying? Do Pat Mahomes. I can't do Pat Mahomes, but I can do a little Stephen A. Smith if I have to digress. Everybody's going crazy. They're talking about Colorado this and Colorado that. But I have to digress. Primetime is my guy, and I know him on a personal level. La-di-da-di-di. Everybody want me to do Uncle Ruckus. No relation. I was going to say something else, man, but that can't have that N-word slipping out. Y'all know Uncle Ruckus be dropping them N-bombs, bro. I can't have him doing that, man. I can't have him doing that. Little John, I want to perfect my John Gruden, dude. I want to perfect the John Gruden. Because everybody knows, what's his name? Stone, the kid from SMU. Hey, kid's one hell of a quarterback, man. I'll tell you what, man. Stone from SMU, man. Yeah. See, I got to work on that John Gruden. That's a work in progress, man. That's a work in progress. My phone is at 15% if it dies. That's funny, man. I see you. Get where your charger at, dog? Where your charger at, man? My phone at 15%. If it dies, it died happy. I feel you on that, dog. I feel you on that. 4 minutes away, baby. 4 minutes away. This page is not updating with y'all, is it? Because I'm watching on the stream. And it don't appear that that the thing is moving. It must still say 13 minutes. Let's do this. Let's do this right quick. Let's do this and go back. Well, this actually tell me if it'll. Okay, there we go. There we go. See, but the chat ain't moving on that page, man. That's concerning me. What's going on with that? Okay, there it goes. Okay. Yeah. I can't do Pat Mahomes. He sound like Pat Mahomes kind of sounds like Kermit the Frog. Oh shoot. You the man, dog. We really appreciate your dedication, and like you mentioned earlier, most death made the wait less painful. Man, appreciate that, dude. Appreciate that. We all just trying to have fun, man. We all just trying to enjoy life. Nah, it started at 9:55, dude. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I thought it started at 10 last time, and I got in at 10, and they was already rolling. They was already rolling with the trailer, man. Oh shoot, I'm behind on comments, bro. I can't do Martin, man. I ain't never tried to do Martin. Hook 'em horns, baby. I see you. What do Miami and Nebraska dynasty of rebuild? Both of those would be solid rebuilds, man. Nebraska would be a solid rebuild. Miami would really be a good one. I mean, you in a hotbed. You in Florida. Miami, they got the unis. Nebraska got history, though, man. Yeah. Oh. The Hodge twins. Yeah. We're talking about some sweet sugar walls. I used to like watching the Hodge twins. Then they got all political. I kind of fell off. Fell off from watching them. But yeah, man, Nebraska would be a good one. Miami would be a good one. 2 minutes, baby. 2 minutes and counting. Let's go. I'm trying to see why on this stream for y'all it's not updating. 60 seconds. GT rebuilt. Oh yeah. Georgia Tech for sure, man. That stadium is lovely. That stadium is nice. Can y'all even see the? Let me get on my phone and look at this because it's on my screen, man. It's not showing the. Is it updating the time for y'all? Does it say 60 seconds on there? Let me get on this live stream and see what's up. Of course, there will be an ad. Because I ain't trying to have y'all miss nothing, bruh. Not trying to have y'all miss a thing. It is? Okay. Let me get on here, too. Okay, bet. Say less. Let's go. Okay. It's going to premiere short. Hey, I'm going to shut up. While it's playing, I'm going to shut up. If it lag, I'm sorry. Go back and watch it later. We still going to break that thing down and do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Man, I hope you can upgrade the stadium too. What's up, Lonnie? Lonnie, I don't know if I made you a managing moderator or not. I need some managing moderators in here. Nah, yeah. Lonnie, I'm finna upgrade you, big dog. I'm finna make you a managing moderator. Lonnie been on the channel for a long time. When I was covering Kakarot and all that, man. Kakarot dropped a new sub quest too with Hercule today. Hit that like button for sure, man. Ooh, shut up. It's game time. Here we go. Let me maximize that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, drop the beat. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Mr. Lunny. Oh, no. We ain't running no ads, baby. Skip that ad. Skip that ad. They trying to throw ad in there on y'all, gang. Nah, man. Skip that ad, man. Is that too loud? Is that too loud? Let me see. Yeah, that's a little loud. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. Woo! Boy, it feel like Christmas, dog. Let's go. Yes, sir. Sooner. Boomer, sooner. Boomer, sooner. Get this man out the chat. We don't need no Sooners. We don't need no Aggies. We'll let the Razorbacks stay because they ain't, you know, they ain't about that. Mr. Will, what's good? Roll Tide. Go Nose, UTSA, I see you. Gonna do you like that? Yeah, baby, Longhorns, we in this thing. We in this thing. I ain't gonna throw you out the chat. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. FSU, Clemson. Let's go. Okay. It's time to shut up, DM. Woo-hoo-hoo, let's go. Woo! My coaching whistle is rock hard, baby.
Hey everyone, Kirk Herbstreit here with
What's up,
EA
Kirk?
Sports College Football 25, back for another deep dive. This time, we're talking about everyone's favorite mode, Dynasty.
Yes, sir.
Online Dynasty in College Football 25 can accommodate
Ooh, SMU, let's go.
2 teams, and you can play with friends for up to 30 seasons.
Okay.
Today, we'll take a closer look at the new 12-team college football playoff,
Bet.
recruiting, the transfer portal,
Of course.
and a ton of customization options.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to go back and pause a lot of this.
College football has seen seismic changes over the past few years. And in EA Sports College Football 25, you can experience this new landscape while building your program the way you want. The 2024 season marks the debut of the new 12-team college football playoff, and you can play it first in the game months before the real thing. You could be the
I know it's
first
lagging,
coach
y'all, I'm
to
sorry.
lead your school through the new 12-team playoff and hoist the college football playoff trophy. Recruiting is the lifeblood of college football, and in a world of unlimited transfers, managing your dynasty roster has never been more important. Evaluate your needs and opportunities for talent upgrades at the start of each season. The best way to build a powerhouse is to recruit through the high school ranks. So let's fill up your recruiting board. Each year, over 3,500 high school recruits are generated from all over the country, with certain regions representing real-world hotspots for blue-chip talent, like South Florida and Metro Atlanta. Do research to find recruits that best fit your program and determine who you can realistically land. A recruit's interest in your school is decided by 14 different pitch grades like proximity to home, playing time, and brand exposure. So you'll need to discover how your program's pitch grades align with your recruit's desires, in addition to scouting for talent. Some players have a deal breaker requirement, and if your program cannot provide, the recruit will lock you out. Deal breakers also drive a player's decision to enter the transfer portal. Monitor at-risk players and get one last chance to convince your favorites to stay. Track your recruits as they narrow down their top schools. Pitch a prospect to gain more interest, and then set up school visits when the timing is right. It's crucial to remain in their top 10, then 8, then 5, to finally be part of their top 3. As a recruit trims down to the top 8, you can attempt to increase your appeal. If your school doesn't have exactly what the prospect is looking for, you can try to sway their opinion in your favor. Plan visits that elevate a recruit's experience, like pairing a quarterback visit with a wide receiver visit at the same time.
That's dope.
It's crucial to keep an eye on the transfer portal when it opens in the offseason to round out your roster with talent you couldn't land from recruiting. Add portal prospects to your board just like you would with recruiting, but expect quick decisions as transfers have a shorter timeline to land a new home. Conference realignment is a hot topic in college football. And with custom conferences in EA Sports College Football 25, Dynasty is yours to control. See what a 20-team super conference might look like, or revert to the traditional conference alignment. Shape the conference size and membership and set custom conference rules, set up divisions, and more. Once you've settled your conference options, it's time to select your team. Begin with a highly ranked team and dominate at the top with repeat recruiting and playoff success. Or build from the ground up with a smaller program and prove you have what it takes to go from an unknown to postseason favorite. We can't talk about your dynasty without talking about your starting job. Start as an offensive or defensive coordinator and climb the ranks to head coach, or take over a program as the head coach right away. Choose from one of the 3 base coaching types to start. Your coach type will determine what coaching skill tree you start with. From there, the abilities you acquire as you progress will determine what kind of coach you develop into.
That's dope.
Unlock additional skill trees with better abilities. Or, if you build up multiple skill trees, you can unlock hybrid trees that leverage a more diverse skill set. The coaching carousel is an important part of every coach's journey. Whether you're the head man at your dream school or working your way up, the carousel is your way of fielding offers from other programs. Head coaches in Dynasty can actively manage their coordinator positions. So if one of your staff takes a job elsewhere, or you decide to cut ties for other reasons, you can use the carousel to replace them. Remember, even the greatest coaches need support, and every coach has a unique skill tree. It's important to think about how you want to build your staff, whether that's doubling down on your existing strengths to max out your benefits or seeking out balance for a well-rounded staff. Choose wisely. The decisions you make here will matter to your program's success and your coach's progression. The benefits of coach talents are stackable. So if your head coach and defensive coordinator have the same ability, the impact for that ability will be greater. Well, that's it for today's deep dive into Dynasty mode in EA Sports College Football.
They left
25.
out so much.
To make it game day every day this season, pre-order the MVP.
They left out so much. They left out so much that I know that we finna cover in the deep dive. So, y'all, I'm gonna break down this trailer first because there's a lot to go through in this. All right, if that's cool with y'all. Well, actually, I don't care if it ain't cool with y'all. If it ain't cool with you, you can leave. But we're gonna break this thing down because it's a lot in this trailer. It's a lot in this trailer that we got to break down. So buckle up. If you got to leave, the video will be posted later. But bro, we finna be in this thing for a while. So perks are stackable. Yes, sir. Perks are stackable. This is crazy. First of all, shout out to my boy getting moused right here. That's crazy work. That's crazy work, bro. You got the hoodie on. Long sleeve hoodie. In Austin, Texas, at that is crazy. And you getting moused. You getting caught on like that. That is crazy work. That's crazy work right there, man. That's posterized. I like the hoodie, but bro, you just got done in. That's crazy. Okay. All right, let me mute the audio. All right, so we're looking at the home screen here. This is the main screen for the game. I like it. Now, the background probably is going to change based off of whatever you pick your favorite team to be. But that is cool. You got home, game modes, training. I'm at the top up here. No, I want to pause that. Training, create and share. So that's the playbook section. I'm assuming you can create players. We'll find out later. Play now, ultimate team, road to the college football playoff, dynasty. I'm gonna play through here and pause when I can. Stiff arm, get off me, boy. Ooh, got him. Ooh, hold on, dog. I gotta get a look at SMU Stadium right quick. I gotta get a look at Gerald J. Ford Stadium, baby. Yes, sir. Pony up. See, what I want to know is, do they have the renovations in there, dog? Anyway, all right. So right here, we're at the select your team. Okay, and you see they got some rankings up, bruh. They got some rankings up. Texas number 3, A&M 24. And this could change, guys. This is subject to change. You know what? I ain't even going to pay attention to that because they're probably going to change anyway. But when you selecting your team, it does show their overall. It shows their offensive scheme, their defensive scheme, and their prestige rank. Okay? So that's cool to see. Hold up. Y'all, back that thing up. Yeah. Okay. SEC, I see the Longhorns. They got them at a 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 star. What? Just crazy work. Offense, overall, defense. Okay. So do y'all see how the ratings work now, man? The power rankings, 87 overall. It's an average between the offense and defense. Multiple offense. I just wanted to see what they was talking about with my Longhorns, baby. Let's roll. 12-team playoff. Okay. All right. What is that? Recruiting. Okay. They're going to go through that. Oh, no. Wait. Hold on, man. Let me go back, y'all. I'm sorry. That gone, bro. Close out of this chat. What's going on, man? Did they take the video down? Oh no, okay. I was about to cuss. They just posted the video. That's what it was. All right, let's maximize this so we can get full action. Okay, we back. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, so recruiting screen, this same thing that we saw yesterday. Some things are confirmed that I talked about in the video yesterday. This right here, this little nugget right there, that is for the pipeline states. Your boy DM was right about that, dog. I mean, my speculations be on point, dog. I got to give it to myself, but you know what it is, Texas not being a 5-star is crazy. You got to think, man. Texas lost 2 big-time receivers to the NFL offensively. And, I mean, a 5-star, it's a lot that goes into that. Texas hasn't had a lot of success over the past 10 years in football. They had a good season this year, had a decent season last year, but prior to that, Texas was rough. So I kind of understand that. But yeah, man, subscribe to the channel. Okay, so we've seen all of this. Let's go ahead. I've seen all of that. We saw that yesterday in the little back that thing on up. Back that thing up, Jack. Okay, so what we're looking at here, overview. Top schools is showing the top schools. Colorado is his top school. Y'all, I ain't trying to hear it. Colorado offered them. Other schools hadn't yet. You do see that the pipeline, it looks like it goes from a tier 1, which is bronze. Tier 2 is silver. Tier 3 is gold. And I thought it went up to like a S tier because you get into like the greens and purples and different colors like that. But that is cool. You're seeing the school. You're seeing the influence. You're seeing the rank. You're seeing if they've offered it, if they've scheduled a visit. All right. That's some dope stuff. We've seen that already. Kind of the same screen right there. All right. Team needs. This is the team needs screen. And this is nothing new. We've seen this in 14. It's kind of cool. It's just showing you what your team need, man. I don't think anybody need that to be explained. Ooh, they got Florida ranked number 2 right here. Oh, y'all take these ratings with a grain of salt, bro. This stuff is subject to change. But while I'm looking at it, let's see if this actually lines up with what they said the rankings was, because then that'll let you know right there. Florida's offensive rank is a 92. Yeah, this ain't it. This is not it. This is not it. Yeah, see, in the game they told us that Florida's a 92. I mean, not a 92. And here they're saying they're a 92. But they not a 92 overall or a 92 offense. So, yeah, take these ratings with a grain of salt, y'all. Take the ratings with a grain of salt, okay? But, yeah, team needs. Let's go on. I'm sorry, y'all. My apologies. That tunnel work is nasty, bro. That tunnel work is nasty stuff. All right, same stuff. Same screen, guys. See right there, the pipeline? That's an S tier, and it's purple. That means, bro, you doing good in that area right there. Okay, scholarship offer. Offer this recruit a scholarship to attend your school. You only have 35 for the season, so use them wisely. Influence gain, and it doesn't tell you anything. Don't gain nothing for offering him. Oh, we are not going to skim past that, brother, man. We are not going to skim past that, not on this channel. I seen that last screen right there. Okay, that was a scouting screen. My bad. All right, so right here, prospect list. So you have, it shows you in this left corner, target. It tells you if they've already committed to somebody. It tells you if they're a target. And then the green, I assume, would mean that they're interested in you. This is what I like about this screen, y'all. Position, and they tell you from the prospect list if you need this position. Because one thing I used to hate having to do, I used to hate having to go back to the need screen. Okay, because you see at the bottom down here, you can click a button that'll say team needs or whatever. Okay. I love that on the prospect list, they tell you if you need that position. W in the chat right there if that's helpful to you. I know that's helpful to me. That's crazy. I like that. Okay, and then it tells the name, the rating. It tells their interest as well. So, yeah, y'all that said that about interest, y'all were right, okay? It tells you the stage, the state, the pipeline, the class. Okay, so for those of y'all who are wondering, Somebody asked about boys were saying L. That's a W. Who said L? Somebody trolling. Anyway, so you can get JUCO guys. Because somebody asked me about that. Yes, you can still get JUCO guys, and that's where the class is. It'll say JC for JUCO. And then it'll tell you how many offers the player has. Okay, and then over here it gives you a breakdown. Hey, for those y'all who are wondering, yes, sir, you do have diamonds. You do have diamonds. And it's telling, look right there. This kid right here, he's a diamond. Okay, he's a gem. That means that even though he's a 4-star, his stats and attributes will more than likely resemble that of a 5-star. Or he'll be a top tier 4-star. Does that make sense? He has a higher ceiling. And we know that from looking at the diamond thing right there. I'm seeing if it's anything new on this screen. Top schools, of course, offered. He's already committed. Clemson. That's bro, this is dope. This is dope, man. Yeah, so JUCO will be in the game. Let's continue. Oh, you see that red right there? You see that red ruby right there? I wonder what that means. See, because everybody didn't have that. One dude had a green one had a red. Maybe that means he declined or he's a bust. All right, we already knew that. Talking about the pipeline. This is overview. We already seen that screen. Oh, go back, DM. I know I heard y'all, man. Chill out. Dang. Okay, all he doing is scouting them, and it costs 10 hours to scout. So, okay, look up here at the top, y'all. So remember in the screenshot yesterday, they had, 600 hours? They've got 1,100. And I'm pretty sure that has something to do with recruiting. If you spec into recruiting, that you'll be able to get more recruiting time and stuff like that. So that's cool to see. 55. So scout. Spend hours to learn more about this prospect's ratings, abilities, and mentals. I love that they add the mental aspect into this game. All right. So attributes, it tells you power, strength, tackle, awareness, acceleration, speed, pursuit, agility, play recognition, hit power. Abilities, recoup, duress, grip breaker, pocket disruptor, takedown, and mentals, DL rally. Hold the freaking phone. We got developmental traits in the game, bruh. We got developmental traits in the game for cop. I love it. So maybe that's what that diamond meant, because it was a red diamond and it was a green one on two of those players on the last screen. It says here the trait can be learned early by purchasing the mind reader ability in the strategist archetype. So if you're a strategist and you purchase the mind reader ability, you can find out what their developmental trait is. Bro, W for that. So people was at, because I had some people asking me, appreciate that, Blake. I had some people asking me, okay? Because remember in the older games, you could find a jewel. He may be a 2-star, but he ends up being really good. It all depends on their developmental trait. They've added that feature into the game, bro. That's a major dub. So you can get a 4-star with a bad developmental trait. He ain't going to pan out very well. But then you get a 3-star with like a top tier developmental trait and dude finna go stupid. Bro, ain't nobody talking about this, man. Y'all seeing it here on the freaking channel, bro. That's how we do it, man. Let's go. That's good stuff right there, man. Developmental traits for college football. Okay, I had to pause right there. Same screen. That's the guy we seen yesterday. Okay, you see up here at the top, the hours, 600. You see what I'm saying? So if you're a recruiter, man, that'll get you more hours. You can do a lot more. I'm starting to see how the recruiter class is going to work, and that's crazy. I might want to spec into recruiting. What are y'all going to spec into? Are you going to be a tactician? Are you going to be a recruiter? Or are you going to be a motivator? Let me know in the chat right quick while we get to the next thing that we don't know yet. Okay. Contact friends and family. And I like that the game tells you the influence, risk versus reward. Make some calls to the player's family and close friends to learn much more about what they value. And I like that. I like that. So they try to put it in dark so we don't see it. Oh, you can't take us away from that. All right. This is the prospect list again. We saw that screen. Okay, so deal breakers. Now, remember this. If you're playing at a lower level school, a G5 conference, You are going to be automatically locked out of signing 5 stars. And I want to say 4 stars too. And that's interesting because we see a deal breaker right here is playing time. Have a C plus, you need a B minus. So it's telling you right now they're looking at Clemson. This kid plays quarterback. This means they got some good quarterbacks on their roster. Okay. So they are not, even though it is Clemson, they are not going to be able to sign this recruit. They are locked out from signing this guy. Okay. That's dope. I like that. Because normally if you was a powerhouse, what would we be doing recruiting in 14? We would just go out and just throw the kitchen sink at everybody and sign the best guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's real cool that they have that. Oh man, that's dope. That is dope, bruh. Okay, we seen the contact friends and family thing already. Locked out. Okay, this recruit has locked you out. That means you ain't getting to him. That's cold. And I think no. We're not finna skim past this. Weekly advanced summary. Cincinnati championship contender. Players at risk. Okay, so this is during the season. Okay, this is during the season. And remember what Mike Brown told us, that you are going to have to manage these players throughout the season. Guys, this ain't one of those things where you just, it's the end of the season, let me check on my rosters. You are going to have to manage your players throughout the season. Okay, so make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on. God dang, man. W in the chat for 1,000 viewers, bro. I've never had that many in a live stream. I'm thankful for that. Anyway, before y'all leave, before I start talking too much. So in the game, you're going to have to manage your players throughout every week. You need to check on your rosters because you may have some people complaining about playing time or whatever. And I like that you go through each one and it tells you here, championship contender, players at risk of transferring. Nah, we ain't doing no ads, bro. People come here to watch. They ain't come here to watch no ads. I got y'all. Players at risk of transferring. Look at this. This dude is a 91 overall. Defensive tackle, and he's at risk of transferring because apparently Cincinnati ain't winning games right now, which is crazy because they is 0-0 right now. They hadn't even started. Whatever though. But that's a big deal to him. What they were saying on the video is that recruiting wise, they ended up signing this guy, but he's like, hey, I want to be on the championship team. So if Cincinnati has a bad season, he's gonna transfer. He's in the red. He's gone. You see what I'm saying? And these players are on deck. It says plus 2 more players, view my school screen and recruiting for more details. And then you have brand exposure. Same thing. The punter. Wow, that's crazy. A punter. That's crazy. But still, he's at risk of transferring if they don't increase their brand exposure. All right, and then you see top schools over here. You see their rank and you see their grade. And this is in reference to championship contender. And I know. Go on and get your Colorado jokes out there, man. That's crazy right there, bro. That's crazy. Colorado, that's crazy work. But hey, it is what it is, bro. They're not a championship contender. Colorado, yeah. But that's real cool, bro. No, he's not mad that they're not a contender. When he signed with them, that's one of his deal breakers. And what they're saying is if Cincinnati has a bad season, dude out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, and this stuff changes every week. Ooh, I hit my desk. That made me nervous because sometimes my computer shut off when I do that. All right. Uh-oh, hold on. Let me make sure I didn't pause the chat or something. We still streaming? Let me see. No, he's not mad that they're not a contender. When he signed with them, that's okay. We still going. All right. So if Cincinnati has a bad let me see. You know what I'm saying? So top schools. Okay, they're on brand exposure now. Top schools. They're just showing where you rank, which is cool. You can see what other schools are ranked. Let's go ahead. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I stopped the freaking stream or something. All right. Hold on. Let's back up because I seen, what was that other one? coach prestige. So you got some players here that are on risk of leaving if the coach doesn't increase his prestige. I don't know why the punter don't care about NIL. I guess it's destroying or something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Destroying up in here, then transferred to Cincinnati. All right, so E. Poindexter. Okay. He's wanting to leave because of playing style. First of all, let's back up because I want to see. With a name like Poindexter, you better be a dog. I can't even say Earl. That boy name is Earl Poindexter. Boy, they wild for that one, man. They wild for that one. He plays right guard. He's a pass protector, but he's wanting to transfer. Okay, and you can persuade them into transferring. You see at the back, it say T-Hawks, wide receiver, junior red shirt, 88 overall, staying, pro draft, projected round 5. But he is staying. His persuasion chance is very high. So now we're looking at this guy, Earl. We're looking at Earl Poindexter. He wants to leave because of playing style. Okay, and you can persuade him or you can let him go. And I ain't gonna even lie to you. Somebody on my team named Earl Poindexter, he out of there. You might as well hit the portal. Matter of fact, when I'm telling SMU right now, when I come into the rebuild, I'm going through the roster. And if I don't like your name, hey, hit the portal. Hit the portal, Earl. That's crazy. If somebody's name in here is Earl Poindexter, I'm sorry. I am sorry. These are just jokes, bro. Do not get mad at me. I did not name you that. All right. So transfer players, 77 transfer playing style, medium. And this is just saying his chance of being persuaded to stay. It's a medium chance. Pro draft, graduation, pro draft, projected round 4, pro draft, graduation, pro draft. That's cool that they got those different things in there. Wow, this boy left, man. Hey, I will say this: you can't release players, but in the game, guys, you can encourage players to hit the portal. So we're gonna get this. So this is so dope because we ain't even gotten into the actual deep dive yet, y'all. We finna get into that after we go through this video. Overview for recruiting, we saw that. Okay, so you get a better look at the tier screen. All right. Remember, 1 was bronze, 2 is silver, 3 is gold, 4 is blue, I assume, for diamond. And then S tier is purple. Or 5, I'm sorry. You can do a soft sell. Awards a moderate amount of influence when choosing the correct ideal pitch with a lower penalty for being wrong. Best when you have some ideas of what the recruit wants from your school. Cost and influence, and it tells you what it costs there. What is this? More recruiting. Okay, so right here, they're scheduling a visit. And one thing that they said that I liked a lot is that you want to schedule a visit. You want to schedule a visit with, you need to really consider this. One thing I like over here, week 4 details, okay? So they are playing with Michigan, okay? And they want to schedule him at USC. If they win, you get a little bump. But if you lose, you get a huge decline. So you want to be mindful. And I think they showed Arkansas State on that. And you can see this changes based off of that. So a loss to that's crazy. A loss to Arkansas State is gonna not affect them as much as it would a loss against USC. Oh no, they both 3s. Never mind. Okay. And then they also talked about how you can schedule a recruit to come, like if you're recruiting a quarterback, schedule him the same week that you have a receiver, which is cool. Okay, we saw that screen. That's nothing new right there. Okay. Rise in the ranks. That's what we plan on doing. Top schools. Yeah, we heard about that. Okay. Good. Top class teams. Okay, so this is the My School tab. When you can look at your school, see what they're in, see what you're ranked on certain things. Championship contender. That's interesting. Marshall's a B- on that. Brand exposure. Brand exposure is a measure of how much attention your program gets relative to the rest of the country. Appear in more nationally televised games and games of the week to increase this grade. I like that it tells you how to increase it. That's really dope. They see how to improve. This is really cool that it tells you how to improve it too. National championship games played is a very high impact. Playoff games played is high. Games of the week is high. National TV games played is medium. Streaming games played. Bruh. They got streaming games in the game? You know, so is it going to tell you that this is the game that can be streamed or something like that? That's a pretty cool feature, bruh. Streaming games played is low. And then it says players at risk of transferring because of brand exposure, which it keeps that stuff in the forefront for you so that you can see it. Bro, that's clean. That's clean. I like that. I like that. All right, let's continue, bro. That's dope. All right, we can sway. Try to sway a recruit. If successful, this will add your chosen ideal pitch as the recruit's ideal pitch for your school only. Easier to sway when part of the proposed pitch matches the recruit's ideal pitch. Maximum influence. So basically, if let's say he's not a big fan of TV exposure, or that's not really important to him, you can, just like in 14, you can sway him to, hey, maybe this is important to you. I like that. W times 2, yes sir. Stream on Tubi. Pack 2 live on Tubi. Ah, you tripping for that one, boy. You crazy for that one, man. Okay, so this is the school visit, and this is what he was talking about, complimentary visits. Okay, so they're scheduling him. They're looking to schedule him against the game against Michigan State. If they win, it's a +2. If they lose, it's a -4. That's crazy. But they also say complimentary visits because this kid plays quarterback and they have a tight end going to that game. They have a wide receiver, 2 wide receivers going too. And it's a complimentary visit. What is interesting down here is this, a competitive visit. I'm pretty sure they're going to get into this in a deep dive, but I'm interested to see what that means. A competitive visit and a complimentary visit. Interesting. They're locked out of Oregon for some reason. Bye week. Okay, same thing. A quarterback here, complimentary visit, wide receiver. You get another bump. Yes, Penn State, Ohio State. Look how big that is if they win that. If they win that game. Oh, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to get into this deep dive, bro. Okay, so you got Riley Trujillo. Trujillo. Interesting name, regardless. Class, he is a transfer. So this is the transfer portal. All right. And I like it. Still, you got that same thing. It tells you if you need these positions. Apparently, Florida needs a quarterback. They got Riley here, who's a 3-star. The stage is open, means he hasn't committed. Tells you the state that he's from, the previous team that he played for. And then also deal breakers are a thing as well in the transfer portal, which is interesting. I like it. That's cool. I see Kennesaw State in here. Kennesaw State with a 3-star transfer? What? Kennesaw State's at a 3? SMU? We don't even know who that is. Okay, and it also tells you their rank, which is cool. This guy's 52. Why not go for this guy? But I have to digress. Anyway, and then coach prestige. It says Florida has an A+ and you're needing a B-. So that's not a deal breaker. You fit that protocol. That's cool. That's cool. Some cool stuff, dog. That's some cool stuff. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I seen Cedar Hill on there. Okay, and then the transfer portal too, you can tell the top schools that are interested in the athlete and if they've offered him. He's locked out of signing this guy. Whatever his deal breaker is, Florida is not going to be able to sign him. You see the little circle with the red through it? This one's locked too. Customization options. Now we get into the coaching tree. Oh no, that's the coaching. That's the conferences. Y'all can just change the conferences, man. That's all they talking about right there. I'm gonna just kind of let that run though. Need to go see the Ducks unis in the game already? Hey, man, bruh. So you got divisions. That's just like in 14, number of conference games, championship game location. I like that they kept that in the game, that you can kind of set that up to have a championship game in a different place and stuff. I get tired of playing in the Georgia Dome for the SEC championship, but it is what it is. Select your team. That's still there. Georgia Bulldogs, #1, baby, as they should be. Pro style offense, 3-3-5 tight. We talked about that in the playbook breakdown. LSU running a 4-2-5. I'm gonna have to come back to this and do a playbook breakdown. Ooh, veer and shoot from Mississippi State. Let's go. They're gonna have them wide splits, baby. Spread you out. Pause. Y'all tripping, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Kennesaw State, 1 star, baby. Let's go. They run a pistol style offense, which is accurate. 3-3-5 on defense. Miami Hurricanes ranked 23rd. This is subject to change, so take that with a grain of salt. They stadium, though, bro. If you're doing a rebuild with Kennesaw State, don't expect to be in the top 25 toughest places to play. All right, so you are creating a coach, okay? You have your offline, your roster, your setup, your school, your role, coach, and then your contract. First name, Sonny Northrop. Whatever, I don't know. Boy, that's crazy. You can choose your offensive playbook, your defensive playbook, your alma mater, your pipeline state, adaptive AI. I wonder what that is. I guess that's if you simulate a game, how are they going to coach? No huddle style. We going turbo, baby. Pony up. And then your offensive aggressiveness and your defensive aggressiveness. Which is cool. Okay, we hyping the boys up. It's raining. He ain't got no jacket on. So you could be a head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Offensive coordinators are in charge of managing the team's offense. Y'all know how that go. Defense, you're managing the defense. And then recruiting wise, okay. So head coach, B-, Christopher Knight. Level 33, program builder. Offensive scheme is a spread, 4-2-5. Pipeline is West Virginia. All right, so here we go. Select your backstory, all right? You have the motivator. Get your players to play their best by boosting their ratings and composure. Nobody has it better than us. The recruiter, I can't really read that. Recruit better than the other. And then you have tactician. Boost your players' ratings on game day scheme. Boost your players' ratings on game day. Scheme up the big plays and let the visor fly. So motivator, this is for, I assume your boosts are going to be in regards to like the player. Oh, it says that. Ratings and composure. Recruiting that's cut and dry. Recruiting. Chat going up. Yes, sir. I love it, man. I appreciate y'all. And then tactician is going to be like the X's and the O's. So your boost for your tactician is going to be awareness based. Okay. Maybe a competitive visit would be if you have an offense and a defensive player to come on the same week, which means the offensive and defensive recruit would want their side of the field to succeed. Yeah, interesting. Recruiter. There it goes. Jimmy's and Joe's. Oh, I like that phrase, bro. I can't remember what coach said that, but he said it. It's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmy and the Joes. Not X's and O's. Oh, they really said that quote, too. You scout faster and recruit better than any other type of coach. Bro, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm probably going to spec myself into a recruiter. Let me continue. I'm probably going to be a recruiter. I always like being a tactician, though, but, you know, it is what it is. Coaching abilities. And guys, remember what they said. You are not, in your 30 years of playing this game, 30 seasons, you are not going to be able to fully max out a skill tree. And there are hybrid skill trees. So if I'm a recruiter and my offensive and defensive coordinator are spec'd into recruiter, then there's going to be a special skill tree that you can unlock by having them there. Does that make sense? That's really dope. Greg Malone, master motivator. So I guess you can rank that up as well. You could be a motivator. Well, you can level it up, retard. That's me, whatever. So master motivator can get anyone to run through a brick wall. Archetype perk, let's grow. Bigger XP gains whenever a player levels up. So you get more. That's interesting. That is interesting. The impact of coach abilities increase if owned by more than one coach. So if I got 3 coaches with this same perk, anytime they level up, they're going to get even more XP. Ooh, dog. Y'all, this is really going to make you think, do you want to be a motivator, a recruiter, or a tactician, bro? That's crazy. And you can see the specs right here. It looks like they have more. Because this is a tactician. This is the motivator. This is the recruiter. But they got 1, 2, 3 different ones. They got 3 more. So I'm interested to see what those are. Okay, and you see the skill tree right here. Master Motivator, you got these. You can level them up. Passing game quarterback. Purchase upgrades for your quarterbacks. Extra gear. Quarterbacks get a boost to toughness, stamina, and injury. That costs 5 coaching coins. Icy Veins. Oh, that's the tier 2. Quarterbacks start the game with a composure boost. Put in work. Quarterbacks get an off-season training boost. Okay. Locked in. Quarterbacks start the 4th quarter hot in close games. That's about what we expected. It's still cool to see it, though. Okay, that's the same stuff. Okay, Architect. Interesting. Master at getting the most out of their players within a scheme. Oh, man, y'all know this is crazy. Yearly XP for records held by a player you coached. Dang, dude. Man, I like this. Tactician unlocked. So he bought that one. Go to the coaching ability screen to purchase Tactician and upgrade your coach. Bro, this is crazy. Okay, and then you got Program Builder, head coach who can oversee everything. Archetype perk, winning together. Bonus XP when a school grade or prestige increases. Motivator, we saw that. Master Motivator. Unlock requirements, have 5 players drafted. Interesting. So I'm starting to see how you can't max this stuff out, but that's still cool. Legacy. Okay, we already read that one. Now let's back up right quick because it said have 5 players reach their max skill caps. So players will have skill caps. So somebody might not be able to reach a 99 overall speed. So I can't just go in there and edit my Dynasty players to have them 99 overalls. Scheme Guru. Oh, yeah, you said hybrids. You're right. I see that comment. A master of the chess game. I like chess. I like chess. Big game bonus. XP bonus for wins versus ranked opponents. Okay, and then Scheme Guru. You have the passing game. Purchase upgrades for your quarterbacks. Mobile quarterback rating boost the throw power on the run and change of direction. Boost throw under pressure and break sack. Mobile quarterback ratings boost 2, boost to spin, juke, and ball carrier vision. And then passing quarterback ratings boost 2, boost short and medium accuracy. Dude, this is cool, bro. Okay, and you see the defensive coordinator right here. Archetype is Architect. Alma mater, no. Offensive scheme, pistol, defense 335. Previous head coach. I think this is the coach carousel. Previous head coach. Pat Rogers, master motivator, and he retired. Okay, so yeah, this is the coach carousel. Top candidates for the position. El Guerrero, whatever they names are, that's irrelevant. He's a scheme guru, he's a tactician, and he's a scheme guru. And then it looks like he's been offered by Kennesaw State. And then this bottom guy either offered or that's the school that they came from. This is interesting. Look at this part down here at the bottom. Backstory behind the name DM Gaming. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to get that. Look at this. Job offer. Job downgrade. That's crazy. They mentioned team builder in the deep dive. Stop spoiling it. We ain't got there yet. But appreciate that. So whatever position this guy is, this is a downgrade if he takes. That's crazy. Job offer, job downgrade. So maybe he was a head coach and then he's downgrading to a defensive coordinator. This is similar to 14. That's nothing new on this screen. You got your 3-year contract. Congratulations, Coach Tucker. We're excited to offer you the position of head coach at Florida. Your goal is to win 9 games. And then it gives you kind of the past win, 2024, 14 wins, 2025, 12 wins, and then 2026. But that's cold. 4-year contract. Congratulations, Coach. We're excited to offer you the position of head coach at Florida. Goal is to win a conference championship. So they said, forget the 9 wins. We're trying to win conference championship. That's cool. Coach Carousel right here. Offensive coordinator offer. This guy has a head coach offer at Louisville, an offensive coordinator offer at Missouri, And then a head coach offer at Oklahoma State. It tells you everything right there. Job offer, downgrade. I wonder why it says downgrade right there. I mean, okay, because probably whoever this is used to be a head coach. And yeah, whatever. That's still cool, though. Nah, because they say head coach, but they say downgrade too. Oh, yeah, you see right here in the top right corner. So whatever position that this guy currently has is a high-ranking position. And so maybe he's going to go to a lower-level school. What y'all talking about? Let me cook, man. What's going on? Oh, okay. What would be dope is if you could turn my Road to Glory into a coach. I wish you could too. In previous games in Road to Glory, after you finish, you can choose to go to the NFL. And if you didn't, you can convert your player into a coach. So I do as well hope that they have that. All right, staff management. Nothing right there. Just be mindful, guys. You're going to have recruits attached to. Oh, my gosh, bro. We ain't even got to the deep dive yet. We ain't even got to the deep dive information yet. Oh, that boy on the hot seat. Staff moves. It tells you who they are. They got fired or retired. It tells you that's cool information. Offensive scheme, defensive scheme, alma mater. Record with Marshall, 7-17. Career record, bowl record. Record versus top 25. That's cool information. He in the hot seat. Okay. Oh! Let me find out we can take our coaches to the NFL. That's dope as heck, bruh. So you got these coaches here. These positions came open because they went to the NFL. Let me find out. I can take my oh no, we skipping ads, baby. We skipping ads. I got y'all. Let me find out we can take our coaches to the NFL. Not that I would go to the NFL and play Madden. I'm staying in college, but I have to digress. That's cool though. That is cool that they can go to the NFL. Oh, my bad. Hire staff. Okay, so you see here, you can hire them. It tells you the schools that are interested in them. What I'm not seeing is that they're showing like the players who are attached to these recruits. Okay, motivator. Motivator. That's the screen we was just on. We get to the end of it. So, dude, this is dope, bro. So much information in this, and we hadn't even got to the deep dive yet. All right, let's go. Let's freaking go. EA Sports. College football 25. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, y'all. Y'all ready for this deep dive? Y'all ready for this deep dive? Oh, my gosh, bro. My coaching whistle is so hard. Can I get a W in the chat? Yes, sir. Let's go. Dynasty deep. I hope it don't freeze up doing this. But let's go. All right. Whew. Bruh. We don't need to hear no introduction, bro. Let's get into it. When we were in the early stages of designing Dynasty mode, bro, this is a lot. God dang, this sucker long. Pause. L for the whistle comment, bro? What? Can't blow a soft whistle, man. Can't blow a soft whistle. We talked with members of the community. Yeah, shut up, man. I'm trying to read. Dang. Some of y'all can't read. I'm trying to read for you. Do you a favor. Nah, I'm playing. I gotta be stopped. That's what she said. Somebody should have said that in the chat. When I said you can't blow a hard whistle, a soft whistle, somebody in the chat should have said that's what she said. Get a little hot tool on that whistle. That's how you gotta tell your female. I'm trying to put y'all up on game, bro. I'm trying to put y'all up on game. Don't tell your girls that, man, or guys if you into that. I don't judge here. We knew how important Dynasty was to our community. Look, bro, I'm done telling jokes. Let's go. Let's go. I'm a coach, man. It is what it is. I'm a coach, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Come on, man. With this in mind, we anchored our experience around 3 core pillars: build your coach, build your program, and deliver the world of college football. Build your coach. This encompasses the decisions you make on your coaching journey to the top of the college football world, whether that's starting as a coordinator at a small school and making a name for yourself before getting that first head coaching job, or starting as a head coach at your dream school. Every decision you make on your journey matters. Build your program. As the old saying goes, to win in college football, it's not the X's and O's, it's the Jimmy and the Joes. Bro, that's at every level of football. Well, probably not NFL, but still. Recruiting is the lifeblood of college football, and having a consistent winner means you need a roster that is built to reload rather than rebuild. Okay, that all starts at the high school recruiting trail, but in modern college football, rosters, retention, and utilizing the transfer portal are instrumental in your ability to field a championship team. Guys, you are going to have to decide, are you going to focus on high school recruiting or transfer portal? Because you ain't gonna be able to get the best out of both. Delivering world of college football. A lot has changed in college football over the last year, let alone the last 11 years. From the new 12-team college football playoff to conference realignment, we set out to recreate the ever-changing world of college football within Dynasty and provide you with the tools to customize your experience. Underlying our 3 core pillars was one singular motto: satisfy the core community, because this is their game. Bruh, thank you. Good looking out, baby. All right, what's this picture of here? Locked in. Joseph Luck ditches coach speak, admits it's not just another game against rival Colorado. Colorado State Rams 2-0. Week 3, 2024. Okay, they got the coach. They got the little coach comment for the game. I like that. Activities weekly to-do list. And they got that game. Colorado undefeated, as they should be. Colorado State undefeated. Top stories, you got recruiting. You got advanced week. At the top, you got college CFB. You got coach. You got team, stats and records, Dynasty Central. Okay. Build your coach. Diddler Man Gaming. Who said that, man? Hey, whoever said that, get him out the chat. Get him out of here. Diddler Man Gaming. Y'all stupid, man. Shut up, I'm trying to read. Dang, y'all talk during bedtime when parents reading your bedtime. Anyway, your journey to the top of the college football world starts with your coach. We wanted this to be meaningful and allow you to experience the coaching journey that no other sport can provide. We met with college football coaches and experts and started breaking down real life coaches on the whiteboard. What was their identity? What made them great? What was their journey to get where they are today? We found what was both current and former coaches broadly fit into 3 main categories. Some are incredible recruiters, while others are motivators who maximize the potential of their players. And lastly, tacticians out-scheme their opponents with their on-field X's and O's. There were also a number of coaches who were more of a hybrid between 2 categories. For example, there were coaches who were great at both recruiting and X's and O's. That's me. I'm going to be that hybrid, baby. I'm going to be that hybrid. You're not buying no more super chats? I seen you, man. I appreciate that. Adds to vids. Appreciate that. Good looking out, man. Just passed by my super chat. I ain't even looking at the chat, bro. I'm trying to read. I got 80 pages. I appreciate it, though. I did see it. I'm sorry. I mean that. I really do. What about the greatest coaches of all times? Even they weren't great at everything and needed their coordinators. Let's look back at 2013. Alabama's offense had fallen behind. The world of college football offenses was changing, and it was changing quickly. They had to pivot and change their entire philosophy, bringing in an offensive guru who transformed the Alabama offense and put the program on an entirely new trajectory, playing in 6 of the next 8 national championships while creating multiple first-round drafted quarterbacks. All of our research and discussions led us to build a coaching experience centered around 3 goals. Just like the real world, no coach would be great at everything. A rock, paper, scissors relationship between coach types with no dominant progression path. Coordinators and how you build your staff matters. So coach progression. Progressing your coach starts with playing games. As you play, you will complete coach goals that award XP. Once you earn enough XP, you will level up your coach to a maximum level of 50. Okay, I like that. And be awarded coach points. Coach points can be used to upgrade your coach's abilities. More on that later. There are 4 coach XP goal categories that can be single That can be single game, weekly, season, or career goals. Draft. Pro draft goals based on which round your players is drafted in. For example, players drafted in the first round. Game. Individual game goals that range from a single player result like interception and rushing touchdown to a full game result. For example, beat your rival, beat a top 25 team, and win the national championship. Recruiting. Determined by your success on the recruiting trail, recruiting goals can be specific to a single prospect. For example, sign a 5-star prospect. Or a full season, like sign the best recruiting class in the country. Stats. Weekly goals like ranked in the top 10. Season stat goals, for example, 4,000 team passing yards and ranked top 5 in offensive yards, and career goals like win 5 national championships. Okay. They doing black people hair right, man. I see you. Anyway, the number of times you've completed a goal and your progress towards goal completion can be viewed in the Coach XP goal screen, which can be accessed via the Coach tab in the Dynasty Hub. We have also added 5 progression speed settings, so you can modify how fast your coaches progress in Dynasty. That's cool. That is cool. I like to go and progress fast, but I'm going to just leave it as normal whenever I play. So you see here they got game goals. He's the head coach. Alma mater, Texas State. Job security is safe. Actually, let's see if I can open it in the big. There we go. Try to make it bigger for y'all. I apologize. So title, first downs, times completed, experience awarded, fumbles recovered, interceptions, pass, yada yada. Rob, y'all can look at that. That's experience rewarded. Look at that. That's cool. That's cool to see. That's cool to see. Let's continue. Each time you complete a goal in game, you will receive a notification in the top left corner of the screen. The notification will describe the completed goal and XP rewarded. Okay, and I'm just making this bigger so y'all can see it. Coach goal completed +2, coach goal completed, first downs, and then passing touchdowns. Okay, Kentucky, I see you on there. Not final representation, a game in development. Oh, that's the little stripe game too. That boy got his hands on his head. He is distraught. Okay, continue. After completing a game or advancing the week, you'll receive an XP summary screen showing your progression to the next level. Okay, and y'all see that there. I like that they got the little things on the screen. You know, what are we talking about? Team pride elements. I like that. Recruiting update, Coach XP, and my school update. Okay, Coach Archetypes. In EA Sports College Football 25, we're introducing a new archetype-based coach ability system. You could think of this similar to your traditional RPG classes. Okay, RPG stands for role-playing games, for anybody that don't know. Okay. Ultimately, in order for your team to be successful, all of the players in your party must do their job and work together. Our system is no different. All coaches will start with a base class or coach archetype, which can be thought of as your special ability in a traditional RPG. Just like our real life coaches, the base archetype fall into 3 categories: recruiting, motivation, think player development, and program culture. I like that. That's important. And scheme, on-field X's and O's. Bro, I'm finna be a hybrid between probably recruiting and scheme, because I love to scheme. From your base archetype, you can progress in multiple ways. You can become an expert in a single category, like recruiting, where you become an elite recruiter. So you can level up your archetype. That's cool. And excel on the recruiting trail. Alternately, you can become a hybrid coach who is strong in multiple areas. For example, a talent developer who is great at both talent acquisition or recruiting and player development, motivation. The ultimate goal is to become a program builder or a CEO atop the world of college football. Achieving an elite archetype like program builder or CEO is a combination of on-field success and ability progression. There is no single formula to reach these statuses. You will be able to mix and match different ability combinations and progression paths, leading to strong customization. In total, there are 11 different archetypes, each with their own focuses and perks. Together, they form a rock, paper, scissors relationship where there is no dominant archetype. While there is no doubt that talent acquisition is the most important thing in college football, focusing solely on recruiting could leave you vulnerable in other areas. Remember, no coach can be great at everything. Every decision you make on your coaching journey matters. Once you purchase an ability, there is no going back, as you will not be able to respec your coach, as you shouldn't. We saw that in the trailer. So how do I upgrade my archetype, and what does it do? Each archetype has a set of prerequisites and objectives that must be completed in order to purchase them. For example, in order to become an elite recruiter, you must spend 50 coach points in the recruiter archetype and sign 2 top 5 recruiting classes. Once these goals are complete, the archetype becomes available for purchase with coach points. When creating your coach, you will select which base archetype you want to start with. The other 2 base archetypes will then be available for purchase with coach points without the need to meet any additional requirements. Purchasing an archetype with coach points unlocks a new set of abilities as well as new opportunities in the coaching carousel. Oh! So let me find out, certain schools are going to be looking for certain coach archetypes. That's what I'm getting from this right here. Purchasing an archetype with coach points unlock a new set of abilities as well as new opportunities in the coaching carousel. Oh-wee. Bro, if that's true, that's going to be dope. Additionally, each archetype has a perk when it is active. For example, Tactician has the winner perk, which awards additional coach XP every time you win a game. Your active archetype is automatically determined. If you own the program builder or CEO archetypes, they will always be your active archetypes regardless of how many coach points you've spent in other archetypes. If you do not own these archetypes, your active archetype is the archetype you have spent the most coaching points in. All own coaching abilities are always on, regardless of which archetype is currently active. So even if one is active, the other stuff will be active too. Your progress can be viewed in the coach ability screen, which is accessible from the coaching tab in the Dynasty Hub. Within the screen, you can see all the available archetypes, their unlock requirements and perks, your overall progression archetype as you see in coaches, yada, yada, yada. The spider graph in the center of the screen will morph and change to show your coach's DNA. Bruh. How do abilities work? Once you own an archetype, you can purchase the abilities within it using coach points. In College Football 25, we are introducing more than 50 coach abilities. Each ability can have up to 4 tiers. Bro, so that's 200 different options. You got 50 abilities and 4 tiers within each ability. That's crazy. And every tier has a purchase cost associated with it. Every archetype, with the exception of Scheme Guru, Program Builder, and CEO, has their abilities broken down by position group. This increases the level of depth and specialization each coach has, which is legit. Like, I don't think people understand quite the depth of this, guys. Like, bruh, no longer is a coach great at recruiting across the board. Now coaches will specialize and recruit in specific position groups. DBs all day, baby. Making your staff composition that much more important. Are you a quarterback whisperer? Are you great in the trenches and committed to the no-fly zone? How does your staff complement you? One thing that I wish is, like, say I'm a head coach. I wish that my coordinators underneath me can spec themselves. Does that make sense? That makes it realistic. Because, instead of me being able to control what they get better at, I really wish that they get better themselves. DM got me too hyped for virtually coach these. Yeah, man. All right. So, where is we at? In addition to position-based boosts, there are also coach abilities with core gameplay effects, so you can really cook. DM be cooking. For example, the Scheme Guru archetype focuses on your gameplay style. If you are a coach who likes to play fast, you can upgrade fast tempo offense, providing you with the following boost. Bruh. Battery pack, tier 1. Offensive players fatigue slower and hurry up. Caught napping. Increased delay to defenders looking to the sideline at the snap. On their heels. Team composure boost for first downs gained while running hurry up. And tier 4, tipping your hand. Chance to see the defense's coverage shell in hurry up. Bruh. I'm finna be a beast in the hurry up. I'm just telling y'all. You can also make your teams a well-oiled machine who doesn't work against themselves and is unfazed by rowdy home field crowds by upgrading the discipline/communication ability. On offense, this provides hater blockers, tier 1, slight reduction in crowd noise, Impact on the road. Teflon, significant reduction of crowd noise impact on the road. Polished, offensive players will commit slightly fewer penalties. And clean sheet offense. Offensive players will commit significantly fewer penalties. Of course, balance is critically important here. So there are defensive counters to all of the offensive play style abilities. That is big. That's big time. Is your because I know people are like, oh my gosh, that's OP. Nah, bro. Y'all still talking about the soft whistle? Come on, bro. Come on, man. I'm finna start putting folks in timeout. Keep on acting up. Is your defense looking a little sus? Bro, who wrote this, man? Like, who wrote this? With this Gen Z dialogue in here. We need a DM Dynasty on Discord. I'm gonna make a Discord. I am. Or are you tired of getting punched in the mouth by a physical ground and pound team? Upgrade your ground and pound defense to become a stout run defense and reduce the effects of a physical offense continuously running the football, bro. That is stupid. Bro. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't think y'all understand what the heck I just read right there. So they basically saying that you can upgrade your team to be able to handle teams that run the ball a lot. Bro, that's stupid dope, man. That is stupid dope. Ooh. Whoo, y'all know what I'm finna say about my coaching whistle. Bruh. Whoo, where am I? Bruh. The program builder and CEO archetypes are different in that they are only available to head coaches. The ability within them are diverse in range from roster management and program culture to home field advantage and recruiting pipeline boost. That's dope, bruh. That is dope. What about coordinators? Okay. Both coordinators and head coaches have the same set of abilities and archetypes available to them, leading to a natural progression from coordinator to head coach and increased importance on staff management when your coordinator either complement your strengths or shore up your deficiencies. Remember, no coach can be great at everything, so it's critical that your coordinators complement you. Oh, shoot. All the abilities your coaching staff owns stack together, increasing the effect of an ability. Abilities owned by the head coach have the greatest impact. The impact of coordinator-owned abilities depends on whether or not the ability is related to their side of the ball. For example, a defensive coordinator having the quarterback icy veins ability, which boosts your quarterback's composure at the beginning of the game, will have a much smaller effect than an offensive coordinator owning it. That's dope. That's dope because, bruh, y'all, that's legit dope. Because a defensive coordinator, bro, he's not going to have a big impact on the offense. So I like that, and vice versa. Your coordinators will automatically progress their... Oh, they answered my question, bro. Your coordinators will automatically progress their archetypes and abilities. You will not be able to control... Oh, my gosh, let's go! Let's go for the realism, bruh. Shoot. Bruh, my coach whistle is... It's hard, bro. It is hard. Listen to this, dog. Your coordinators will automatically progress their archetypes and abilities. You will not be able to control which abilities they purchase, nor will you be able to respec your coordinator's abilities. This adds even more importance to how you progress. Y'all, W and major. We need pause it. Whistle, flag on the play. I don't think y'all understand how dope that is. Because in previous games, you had to upgrade your coordinators. Now they do it themselves, bro. Man. Can someone please drop the link to the page he's on? Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat, bro. I'll drop it in the chat for you. There you go. Right there. There you go. It's on EA Sports website, big dog. I need to speak to a professional after this stream. Bruh, I'm just saying. That's big time. That is freaking huge. That adds to the realism. So your coordinators can spec into a way that they want, man. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Wesley, what's going on with Wesley? Can someone please drop the link? Oh, I just gave it to you, Wesley. There you go, man. My bad, dude. I ain't even reading. Bro, let me continue. I ain't even halfway through reading. This is crazy. We probably like about 20% in. Okay, shoot. Let me calm back down. Okay, well, that's good. That's good right there. You can view the abilities your coordinator own from within the coach ability screen. What this also does right here, guys, it allows you to use all your points for yourself. Does that make sense? So like in Madden, you have to spec your coordinators and you have to spend points to do that. Okay. We ain't doing no ads. I got y'all. So now your points go to you, which is good. Okay. You can view the abilities your coordinators own from within the coach ability screen by tabbing left. You have a unique spider graph based on the abilities and archetypes they own. Pressing R3 will overlay all three coaches' spider graphs so you can quickly see where your staff is deficient. That's cool. They thinking about everything here, dude. Somebody said something about Ryan Moody. Boy, he reading this rolling over in his grave. Oh, dang, not his grave. The dude ain't dead. I'm sorry. Y'all know what I meant. Y'all know what I meant. Okay, climbing the coaching ladder. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Bro, I'm telling you, this is crazy. How do you donate? I mean, you can send it to the Cash App or you can just do it through a super chat. I prefer Cash App because YouTube take a lot of their revenue. It's in the pinned comment for my Cash App. Which that goes back into the channel. We buying copies of the games, man. We up to 4 copies right now. Your journey starts when you sign your first coach contract. When creating your dynasty, you will have the option to select whether you want to be a head coach, offensive coordinator, or defensive coordinator. Coordinators have performance expectations just like a head coach. All roles will have full control of recruiting and be able to play both sides of the ball during gameplay. That is interesting because in 14, if I was an offensive coordinator, I couldn't play defense. Appreciate that, Magic. I couldn't play defense if I was a offensive coordinator and vice versa. The game would automatically sim. If I'm not mistaken, did it automatically sim or did we sim? I think it automatically simmed. But I have to digress. That's still cool. Sign here, please. Every time you sign a new coaching job, you'll be asked to sign a contract with that school. The contract will have a set contract length and performance expectations. Just like in real life, failure to meet those expectations will result in bad things happening. School expectations are determined by school's current team prestige and program standings. The better the school, the higher their expectations. There are 4 types of contract expectations. Win X amount of games, win a conference championship, make the college football playoff, and win a national championship. Your job security will fluctuate throughout the season based on the result of your games and whether or not you are trending towards meeting your contract expectations. The further you are from meeting your expectations, the bigger your job security will be hit. If your job security gets too low, you will end up in the hot seat. We used to do a thing on the channel called the hot seat. Might need to bring that back. And if your seat gets too hot, you'll be fired and have to look for a new job in the coaching carousel. It'd be cool if you can get fired in the middle of the season. Alternatively, meeting or exceeding your goal will result in increased job security. Of course, if you don't like the possibility of being fired, you can always turn off user coach firing. But if y'all turn that off, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. Appreciate that, Magic. Appreciate that. Job security is a function of your ability to meet your contract expectations. Every win and loss counts towards that expectation. With that being said, not all wins and losses are created equal. I like that. I like that. Beating a higher ranked team will have a larger impact than beating one of the generic FCS teams. Okay. Similarly, losing to a generic FCS team is not a good look. All coaches have a coach prestige letter grade that ranges from A+ to F. Coach prestige is reflective of your ability to meet contract expectations, adjusted for the school and role that you have. For example, meeting expectations and winning 5 games at a small school will have a significantly smaller impact than winning the SEC championship at a traditional powerhouse school. That is huge. So for those of y'all that want to go to the small schools first to boost up your coach prestige, it'll boost it, but not as much as if you had a big time program. So, guys, all of this information is should really be having y'all considering who you're going to do your dynasties and rebuilds with. That's cool. At the end of your contract, the school will evaluate whether or not they want to extend your contract based on your performance. If you are offered an extension, you will be notified that the school has decided to extend your contract, and it will be automatically accepted. Oh, we can't deny an extension? Don't worry, automatic acceptance of contract extensions does not mean that you are unable to change jobs. Okay. You can leave for a new job via the coaching carousel at any point in your contract, regardless of your current. See, that's different. In 14, you could deny an extension. But anyway, that's fine. Regardless of your current contract status, we auto accept extensions to protect you from inadvertently changing jobs if you sim past a contract extension offer without interacting with it. Boy, they think of everything. They think of everything. So you can sim past that, and if you get an extension, it automatically accept it. And they explain to you why. Bro, I love that. Your coach contract and job security status can be assessed from the coaching tab at the Dynasty Hub. When viewing your contract, you can see your current and past job security, contract expectation, and your school's season by season results for the last 20 years. The season by season results show the team's record, if they were a conference champion, and any bowl games they won in the last season. When signing your contract, you have the opportunity to look at the past 20 years. They did that same thing in 14. It's still cool, but they did the same thing in 14. Coaching carousel. Following the 2021-22 college football regular season, 2 high-profile coaches in LSU and USC were looking for new coaches. Both schools did what nobody saw coming and hired elite coaches from other high-profile schools. Suddenly, other high-profile jobs were unexpectedly available, and the coaching carousel was in full effect. In College Football 25, we set out to recreate the chaos that is college football coaching carousel, along with the domino effect it brings. Now, instead of happening over a single week, the coaching carousel takes place over the course of 5 weeks from conference championship week to the end of bowl season. Bro, that's crazy. So it used to happen at the end of the year. Now, it's true to life where conference championship, you know, hey, this guy is finna leave this school. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's dope. So you could be gone at the end of bowl season or not even be in a bowl game and know that the coach is finna leave. That's cool. Just like the real world. I just said that. Additionally, the carousel is now an asynchronous. Bro, I butchered the hell out of that word. It's in sync, bro. It's an in sync experience, bro. I'm sitting over here tongue tied like a mug trying to pronounce that. Anyway, where each user can evaluate. Laugh at me in the chat, bro. That's crazy. I can't say that word. Async. What the freak, right? Why they gotta use that high level word? It means what? It means not in sync. The carousel is now an asynchronous experience. Not in sync. Okay. Yeah. Move on, man. Move on. Hold on, man. Hold up, bro. We ain't finna do that. Man. Y'all tripping because that takes education my ass. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. You know what? My OCD, bro, I can't move on till I can pronounce that word. I appreciate that, Red. Asynchronous. Bro, F y'all and everything y'all stand for, bro. Stop it. Shut up, man. We all have moments like that. Don't judge me, man. Do not judge me. I'm sitting here reading all these dang letters and stuff, and y'all wanna, bro, y'all tripping. Anyway, where was I at, man? Can evaluate their offers with the need to wait on someone else. That way, in your multi-user online dynasties, the entire carousel experience won't be held up because you are sitting around waiting for your friend, DM Gaming, to get on and evaluate their job offer, only for them to tell you they want to stay at their current job. Okay. How does the coach carousel work? The carousel kicks off during conference championship week. During this week, all coach contracts are processed and schools determine if they want to fire, extend, or let a coach's contract expire. If your school has decided to fire or extend you, you'll receive an action item notifying you of the news. If you are the head coach, you will also be able to fire your coordinators during this week. Once you advance the week and arrive in bowl season, the first round of job offers go out. If you received any job offers, you will be notified via an action item titled View Job Offers. If you did not receive any offers, you will have a generic action item titled Coach Carousel. Pressing the action item will take you to the Coach Carousel screen where you can view any job offers you have, as well as all of the job openings, as well as all of the open jobs around the country. Just because you didn't receive an offer in the first week of bowl season, or if you don't like the offers you received, doesn't mean your carousel experience is over. Remember, the Coach Carousel takes place over the course of multiple weeks. So basically, you can receive an offer in week 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The first week of bowl season is just the beginning, as schools hire and poach coaches from other schools. Their previous jobs will become available as an unexpected job opening in the school will look to hire a replacement for the following week. So you can go after coaches at other schools. That's pretty cool. When viewing a job offer, you will see the school's new coach preferences, what happens to their previous coach, and who the top candidates are for the job. You also see the contract they are offering you and what the contract expectations are. Once you accept an offer, you will stay with your current school until after the national championship game, which is when all job changes are processed. This allows you to take one last ride with your current team and coach any bowl games they play in. Bro, if I get fired, I'm throwing the game. If I get fired, I'm throwing the game. Bruh. If I get fired, I'm throwing the game. I'm telling you straight up. Nah, I'm playing. There will be a countdown in the top right corner of the Dynasty Hub informing you how many weeks are remaining until you change jobs. If you accept a head coach position, you will be able to manage your staff and hire coordinators at your new school during the rest of the carousel period. Bro, that is stupid. Stop. Quit it. Nah, bro, that's deep though. That's crazy for real. That is crazy. So if you accept a head coach job, you won't officially start that job until after the national championship. But if you accept the position, you will be able to hire coordinators during like bowl week and stuff. That's cool. That is cool. If you were fired of your contract, or your contract expired and you do not accept a new job before the end of the carousel, you will be automatically placed on a new team after the national championship game. That's weird. So they just going to throw you on a team. But you better accept the job. So if you don't accept the job, they're going to accept one for you. How do schools determine who they want to hire? Each school has a school persona, which determines what they're looking for in their next coach. Schools will evaluate candidates across the following criteria. I'm going to give y'all these last, bro. Stop. Quit it. Level. The higher a coach's level, the more powerful they are and the more abilities they have. Schools are always looking for the highest caliber coach they can find. So this is why your coach level matters. If you want a chip and don't pick a job, you deserve to take what you get. Yeah. No, but that's dope right there, man. That's dope. So, and that's true. That means if you're a high level coach, you're going to be sought after. Scheme. Certain schools, or this is why it's important to pay attention to, this is why I come to your channel, man. I'm here for the show, brother. I appreciate that. But hey, this is why it's important for y'all to consider how you spec your coach as well as just your coach prestige. Okay. And it's telling you why. This is what schools are looking for. And all schools aren't going to be looking for the same thing. So just because you're a great coach don't mean a school is going to offer you. And I love this. The depth of this is insane, bro. Scheme. Certain schools, like military academies, want a coach who runs a specific type of offense or defense. This is dope. So if you ain't running triple option, don't expect to get an offer from Army or Navy or Air Force. Archetype. Schools have a preference on the type of coach they are looking to hire, just like the real world. Blue Bloods prefer elite coaches who are a program builder or CEO. So, bro, if you a mid-tier coach, bro, don't expect to get offered from Oregon, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? DM, you better be recruiting them dogs in NC. Stop it. Mr. Wilson, we not finna do this today, bro. I will put you in timeout. I will put you in timeout. It ain't no dogs in North Carolina. Stop it. Not in football. Not in football. Pipeline. All coaches have a primary pipeline, which provides a boost in recruiting. This means to simulate an area of the country where they have strong ties and relationships in recruiting. Schools prefer coaches whose primary pipeline is the same as one of the school's recruiting pipelines. And then coach prestige. A coach's prestige is compared against the school's team prestige. A 5-star program is not going to, listen to this, a 5-star program is not going to hire a coach who is mid. They use the word mid. And only a C- coach prestige. DM Gaming has to be going to EA headquarters next year. Bro, I'm telling you, I can't do it without y'all, though. NC State Dog Pack. Stop it. Dog, this is cool right here, man. This is very similar to like you being a low tier coach or at like a Kennesaw State, you're not signing 4- and 5-star recruits. These 4- and 5-star programs ain't going to be signing those C-tier coaches. So step your coaching game up, Jack. I like it. Together, these form an overall school fit score, which is then used to generate a list of candidates for the job. The school will then extend an offer to one of the coaches. Bro, I am ecstatic. We are just talking about coaches here, guys. We ain't even gotten into the creme de la creme of Dynasty mode. Whew. Y'all, this game can't come out soon enough. I need to go full-time YouTube, bro. Game theory and the domino effect. It is important to keep in mind the domino effect when you're evaluating whether or not to accept an offer. Just because a job isn't open today doesn't mean it won't be available next week. So this means don't just jump at something that's there for you. Wait. But in waiting, you could also miss out on a job opportunity. That's cool. Where are we at? Just because a job isn't open today doesn't mean it won't be available next week. You can view all of the current job openings by using the all openings filter in the coach carousel screen. Every open job will list out the top candidates the school is targeting. Once the week is advanced, one of these 3 candidates will leave their current job and accept the open job. This allows you to predict which jobs may become available next week. That's cool. Now, there's so much depth to this, man. And guys, for those of y'all who may be like, man, that's a little too much for me. You can set this. I'm pretty sure you can set this to where the computer does this stuff for you. You can also view all coach movements across the college football world in the staff move screen. The staff move screen can be accessed via the staff moves action item in Dynasty Hub. Staff moves show all of the coaches who changed jobs, their former and new teams, and reason for leaving. I used to do this in 14. So if Alabama's head coach left, you know that Alabama's going to be looking for a head coach and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to spend 12 to 30 years climbing the ranks to go from Kennesaw to Georgia. Bro, this is why it's telling you, you're not going to be able to build a powerhouse school in one. Yeah, man, that's life. I am. The goal next year is for me to be full-time YouTube. I really thought, remember I talked about this year, talked about taking a year off from coaching. I really thought about it this year, but it's so late and I'm kind of committed to it and I'm not in a position right now YouTube wise to not coach this year. So you can view all the coaching movements. Okay, we already read that. And that's just what that screen shows you. Oh, they got some more slides. Okay, we're gonna look at the slides then. Okay, head coach. You're looking at the coach carousel right there. That's an upgrade. I like that it tells you that. This coach is apparently somebody at Oregon. I don't know what they do at Oregon State, but by them taking the head coaching job, that's okay. So this explains it. Because remember what I was saying. Why is this a job downgrade? Why is this a job upgrade? See, this one is a downgrade. I don't know what he is currently at Oregon. He's a head coach. Okay, so this guy right now is a head coach at Oregon State. So if he was to take the head coaching job at Memphis, it would be a downgrade for him. I like that they tell you that. Okay. But then if he took the head coaching job at Ole Miss, it would be an upgrade. However, look, Ole Miss ain't interested in him. But neither are these other schools, which is crazy. You think Hawaii would be interested in a head coach from Oregon State? You think that Rice would be, but it don't look like they are. That's cool right there, man. That's some cool stuff. Okay. Reading. Let's go. Let's move along. Managing your staff. As a head coach, you will now have the opportunity to manage your staff and hire/fire your coordinators. Remember, our coach archetype system does not allow you to be great at everything. Making you surround yourself with that much more important. Staff management is your opportunity to build your staff the way you want in an effort to put yourself in the best position to succeed as a program. All right. You're fired. The famous Donald Trump line from his little show that he used to have. Managing your staff starts during conference championship week. During this week, you'll be able to fire your coordinators. Be careful because this is the only week you can do this. After this week, you are unable to replace a coordinator unless they are hired away by another school. So that's cool. So they could be hired away, but the only time you can fire them is during that time. Your coordinators will not leave unless you fire them or they are hired by another school. Every coordinator has a standard 2-year contract. Once their contract expires, it will be automatically renewed for another 2 years. Of course, if you don't like them, you can always tell them they're fired. If your coordinator has 1 year or less remaining on their current contract, there is a chance they will be poached and leave for another school. If this happens during the carousel, you will have the opportunity to hire a replacement. Welcome to the team. Starting bowl week 1, you can hire new coordinators if you have an open position. When you go to hire a new coordinator, you will be presented with a curated list of candidates. These coaches are chosen for you based on the needs of your school. So that's cool. They kind of say, hey, your school needs this. We're suggesting these people. The logic that is used to determine the list is similar to the AI school's logic to determine their top candidates. When looking at a candidate, you will be able to see current school, active archetype, coach level, and what schools are interested in them. So I was right about that one on that part. These are the schools you would be competing with if you made a job offer. You can also view the coach's talent tree so you can drill down more deeply and see whether or not they would be a fit with your staff. When you make an offer to a coach, it's not a guarantee that they accept it. You can only offer one coach per position each week. And once you have offered them, they will appear in your staff management screen with an offer tag. When you advance the week and re-enter the screen, you will find out whether or not they accepted your offer. If they did, they will join your program after the national championship game when we process all coaching moves. If they reject your offer, you have the opportunity to offer another coach. So you can only offer one coach at a time. You can't shotgun and offer multiple coaches for say offensive coordinator. You can only offer a few at a time, which is cool. But it also makes you be strategic in who you offer because you couldn't miss out on somebody. So you want to offer the guy you want out the gate. You will always have at least one coach available to hire who does not require you to compete with another school. If at the end of the carousel you have not been able to fill an open position, you'll be automatically given a new coordinator that is on par with the caliber of your program. I done been on the EA website. It's all old. Nah, this ain't old. All this stuff. Some of this stuff is not old. I don't know what you're talking about with that one, Jordan. But anyway, so they're showing you that. They're showing you the offers, staff management there. Build your program. There is no question that in today's world, roster management and talent acquisition are at the forefront of college football and building your program. Players can now transfer whenever they want, and they have expectations for you and your program. Some are looking to play early. Others want to win championships and play in big-time games. And stars want to grow their brand beyond the field. Aligning, and that's what I was telling y'all. Well, let me finish that. Aligning what you and your program can do for them has never been more important. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Like, you know, playing with a team like Georgia comes with completely different set of challenges as playing with a Kennesaw State. You know what I'm saying? That Earl Poindexter line. Yes, sir. So if you playing with a powerhouse school, you're going to deal with guys who want playing time, brand exposure. You know, it's just a completely different list of headaches. And you can mess around and play with a powerhouse school and mess around and that powerhouse school will be trash later on if you don't manage your roster properly, you know, because you're going to lose your best players. We begin our design process by talking with current and former coaches, players, and recruiting experts. What is recruiting and roster management like in the current era? How have player motivations changed? What caused the player to transfer? What differentiates a big-time program from a smaller school when it comes to how they operate on the recruiting trail? At the same time, we spend a ton of time. Guys, I'm not even halfway. We spent a ton of time doing quantitative research. We wanted to know anything and everything about the recruiting and program management. This ranged from how many 5 to 4 and 3-star prospects there are every year to what makes California quarterback different from a Florida quarterback. Bro, that's deep. That's deep. We focused heavily on the different geographic regions and what they are known for. That's deep too. Because Florida is going to be known for speed, baby. Florida is going to be known for speed. You already know that. California tends to have the better quarterbacks. Texas tends to have the better athletes. As well as researching the recruiting journey of hundreds of prospects. North Carolina ain't known for nothing. So, Mr. Wilson, I'm sorry. Why did they ultimately sign the school they did? What did the schools in their top 5 and top 3 have in common with each other? Why did they visit some schools but not others? What role did the head coach and coordinators play in their recruiting process? Lastly, we spent time talking with our community on what they expected from recruiting and program management. Players liked the recruiting in older games because it had depth, but it was also tedious at times. On the contrary, the latest iteration was fast, but it was also shallow and cold. You never actually felt like you were establishing a relationship with the prospect. We wanted to find a way to blend the two so that recruiting felt meaningful and allowed you to build a connection with recruits through discovery while also being conscious of your time each week. Ultimately, we landed on 4 core goals when building your program. Humanize recruits by giving them unique needs and motivations that the player has to discover by interacting with the recruit. All right. Differentiate regions of the country by player caliber, quality, and type authentically. Capture high school talent based on historical real world data. Represent the different resources available to schools, ensuring the top schools can blanket the country, while smaller schools will need to be more targeted with their approach. I like that. And then make the transfer portal feel authentically unpredictable, as it should be every year. Okay. Texas high school football don't translate to college. But that's the dumbest. Somebody get this dude out the chat. That's the dumbest statement in the world, bruh. That is, bruh. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. It says no person ever. Welcome to staged recruiting. Interesting. In College Football 25, we are introducing a new stage recruiting experience built around 3 distinct phases: discovery, pitch, and close. Just like the real world, every recruit will be in a different stage of their process. Where they are in the process will dictate how you interact with them and the level of engagement they require. Recruiting begins with discovery. In this initial stage, you are finding which prospect to target, what their skills are, and what they care about most. This stage is all about uncovering information about recruit as quickly as possible. The sooner you can discover how well they align with your program, the better, as time is of the essence. Once a recruiter announces their top 5 schools, it's time to pitch. During the pitch phase, you are selling the recruit on your program and what you offer. How well your school aligns with the motivations will determine how successful you are. The final stage is close. This is when you bring the recruit in for an official visit and attempt to leave a lasting impression about your program. If the visit goes well, you'll make huge gains with the recruit and possibly secure a verbal commit following the visit. Ultimately, the recruit will make their final decision on National Signing Day. So guys, that is to answer a lot of our questions that, yes, A verbal commit can decommit and commit somewhere else. Let me shake up my little soda pop here, man. I got to get some thirst action going on here right quick. Got to cleanse my palate. That's cool, man. Imagine how much time you're going to get ready to play. Yeah. W in the chat for players being able to decommit. That is cool. Soda pop, yeah. Before we dive deeper into each of these, let's start by discussing how every program and recruit is unique. My school, when we talk about there being 134 ways to play, we're talking more than just on-field gameplay. Every school is graded from D- to A+ across 14 different categories, which encompasses their My School grades. These grades define who a program is and what their strengths and weaknesses are. No two programs are the same, and the grades will dramatically change over the course of your dynasty based on school performance and actions. Okay, playing time, this represents how long it will take for a player. We know these. Playing time is how long it's going to take for them to get on the field. Playing style is what you run offensively. Every player archetype has a stat that is tracked over the course of the season. How high that stat is relative to other teams determines your grade. For example, field general quarterback's playing style grade is driven by passing yards per game. Championship contender, this measures how close the team is to winning a championship. It takes into account the team's current rank and roster composition. Program tradition, a holistic view of a program's history and success over time based on the number of conference and national championships, total wins, and awards won. Campus lifestyles, representation of the city and area surrounding the campus, as well as the campus itself. This grade cannot be changed or impacted. Stadium atmosphere. This is driven by the stadium's toughest places to play ranking, which is determined by a team's historical performance in home games. Pro potential. Okay. How many people you send into the NFL? That's what that is. Brand exposure. This is the new one. This grades a team's overall brand recognition, the potential NIL opportunities a player could get at the school, and how often the school plays in primetime games. Academics prestige. This ranks all universities based on real-world academic rankings. This grade cannot be changed. Conference prestige. Your conference prestige, self-explanatory. Coach prestige is self-explanatory. Coach stability, self-explanatory. This measures how long the coaching staff has been in place, how likely they are to remain for the next 4 years. Athletic facilities. This grade measures the quality of athletic facilities for the program. Waterfalls and barbershops are a plus here. This is interesting to me because are we able to upgrade these things? Because notice they said here, you can't upgrade academic prestige. You can't upgrade or change campus lifestyle, but they didn't say that about athletic facilities. Proximity to home. This grade is unique to each recruit and is based on where the school is in relation to the school recruit's home pipeline. Each grade has a unique set of grading criteria. For example, playing time is graded on a per player basis. And this is what I talked about yesterday, how some stuff changes depending on the recruit. The generator recruit's going to have dudes with gray hair. Nah, man. So yeah, this is what I was talking about yesterday. Where depending on who you have, who you're recruiting, some of the stuff may change. That's what they're saying here. The players overall, projected overall, if they are a recruit, is compared to the team's roster to project how many years it will take for them to become a starter. Actions you take on the recruiting trail will impact the playing time grade of both recruits and players on your current roster. Even if a player is a starter today, signing new players in recruiting may negatively impact their playing time grade and cause them to enter the transfer portal. That's cool. So if you got a good quarterback and you sign another good quarterback that could threaten them for their starting spot, your starting quarterback could hop in the portal. Bro, if they didn't think about the realness of this game, this is ridiculous. On the other hand, championship contender uses a combination of your top 25 poll ranking, team prestige, and assessment of your current roster quality with Bud Elliott's blue chip ratio, which looks at the percentage of your roster that is made up of 4- and 5-star players. Finally, there's brand exposure, which is a reflection of your school's brand and the potential NIL opportunities a player could earn at your school. While you won't see players having a mustard named after them in College Football 25. Recruits and transfers alike will assess their NIL earning potential and brand opportunities when considering where to go. Most grades update dynamically throughout the season, while some only update at the end of every season. It is important to keep tabs on your grades throughout the season and how you are trending, because a slide in your grade could trigger decommitments, and verbally committed recruits or a sudden transfer portal exodus at the end of a season. Guys, that is cool. So recruiting can have, of course, you can recruit throughout the season. But basically, you can have a guy verbally commit to your school, and then let's say you start losing games all of a sudden, they can decommit. That is cool. That is dope. That's dope. You can see all of your grades and detailed information in the theme. You can see all of your grades and detailed information about them in the My School screen, which can be accessed through the Recruiting Hub. This screens allow you to assess your school's current strengths and weaknesses, as well as how you can improve each grade to become a stronger program. Highlighting a grade will show you the steps you can take to improve it. When you are currently ranked amongst other teams, as well as the players are at risk of transferring because they have a deal breaker attached to that grade. More on deal breakers and why players would decide to leave later. Guys, this is dope. This is dope, man. Oh my gosh, dude, this is so freaking cool. Each week, the game will surface this information to you in a weekly summary, allowing you to quickly see the health of your program and changes. That's what I told y'all. They're showing you this every week, so this stuff is always in your face. I like that they do that, so you don't really just have to go off looking for this information, okay? The My School report will show your grades that were positively or negatively impacted by your actions in the last week, as well as any grades that may... Man, y'all, I can't believe how in-depth this is. So not only do you have to manage your school week to week, but you have to manage your roster. And depending on what you do, dude, this is stupid. Brandon, I hear you, bro. I can't wait to be blown away. Pause. You're supposed to put a pause by that. But dude, this is cool. This is freaking cool. So y'all are really going to have to manage your recruiting during the season. Like if you start tanking the season or start playing bad, it can affect everything that goes on. So this puts you in a more realistic look at how these schools are. When you lose a big time game, it does you a lot of damage, not only just for your record, but also in recruiting and stuff. Or if you lose a game that you should have won, like all of that stuff is a factor now. Collectively, oh man, dude. Collectively, your My School grades from the team prestige, which can be thought of as your My School GPA, okay? Team prestige grades range from 0 to 5 stars in half-star increments based on their current My School grades. Few programs will achieve elite 5-star status. Even fewer will be able to maintain it for a prolonged period of time. I like that. Ultimately, team prestige play a pivotal role in recruiting and the caliber of players who want to play for your program. Recruiting and where they come from. Each season, more than 3,500 recruits are generated from across the country. Just like the real world, every class is different. Some years have a plethora of great quarterback talent, while others have fewer great prospects. Similarly, the quantity and quality of prospects from each region of the country will vary. Certain regions will be more consistent in the caliber, quality, and type of recruits they produce than others. For example, Southern California is known for producing great quarterbacks. I told y'all, man. What did I tell y'all? California known for quarterbacks, bro. While East Texas is consistent. Oh, East Texas, stand up, bro. They showing us love, bro. Beast Texas in the chat. Let's go. Consistently produces some of the best wide receivers in the country. Let's go. Jordan Hale. Okay. That's cold, bro. Beast Texas, stand up, man. Hale went to Alabama. You just had Terry Bussey, who went to A&M. Aaron Hampton out of Dangerfield. Like, dude, they showing us love for real, for real. Let's go, man. However, we didn't stop there. We wanted to go deeper to ensure we were capturing the authenticity of high school talent. Yes, here we go again. East Texas, baby, let's go. Is known for producing great receivers, but more specifically, they are known for how big and physical their receivers are, bro. Let's go, East Texas, stand up. They ain't saying nothing about South Florida, hush. We talking about Texas. We talking about Texas, y'all. Whew, bro, I got hype, bro. They representing. As a result, you are going to see bigger and more physical receivers coming out of East Texas. Whereas, oh, they did say South Florida. I'm sorry. Whereas South Florida is going to produce incredibly fast and deep threat receivers who have smaller size. What did I tell y'all? I told y'all this because I know this. California is known for quarterbacks. Texas is known for athletes, bro. That's just athletes. Yeah, you're right, Chancellor. My coaching whistle is, oh my gosh, so hard right now. Bro, I'm telling you. And then Florida is known for speed because they be chasing them cottontail rabbits, bro. Stop D-riding. What are you? Stop. Get this guy out the chat, man. Let people be happy, bro. South Florida got smaller size and quick. South Florida got speed. I know that much. I don't know size or whatever, but Ohio got dogs too. Can't lie. One place for my. We got dogs in Texas. Yeah, man. We got beast in Texas. Beast Texas. All right. What a recruit cares about. There are 14 different motivations for a recruit can care about, all of which map 1-to-1 with the My School grade described above, which motivations they care about are influenced by their star rating. A 5-star prospect is going to care more about getting to the next level, winning championships, and growing their brand with NIL opportunities than a 2-star will. By contrast, 2-star is more likely to care about staying close to home, coach stability, and academics. Every recruit will have 3 motivations that they care about. These 3 motivations, from what we call their ideal pitch. During the discovery stage, your job as a recruiter is to find their ideal pitch as fast as possible to determine whether or not they align with your program. If a recruit doesn't align with your program, you're going to have an uphill battle to sign them. And this is where it comes into play where you can sway a recruit. You can sway them to change their ideal pitch, I guess. There's a chance that one of their 3 ideal pitch motivations is also a deal breaker. Deal breakers represent a motivation that a recruit is extremely passionate about and will not budge on. If you do not, so they can budge on the other ones, just not the deal breaker. If you don't satisfy their deal breaker, they won't talk to you. Additionally, a deal breaker stays with a player forever. Okay, so that was a question I had about the transfer portal. So once they are on your roster, they will still have the same deal breaker they had when you recruited them to your school. You can think of this like your promise to them. If you fail to uphold your side of the deal, there's a chance they will decide to enter the transfer portal at the end of the season. Recruiting pipelines. When we analyze historical data, it was clear that even in today's day and age, recruiting is still highly regionalized. We discussed various recruiting strategies and tactics with current and former coaches, in particular, how they handled recruiting in different areas of the country. All of our research and discussion led us to a new way of thinking about pipeline in college football 25. First and foremost, it was clear that every state is created. Not every state is created equal. I'm sorry. When it comes to recruiting talent and pipelines, having a pipeline in Florida is much more valuable than one in New York or North Carolina. Okay, there ain't no recruiting pipelines in North Carolina. This made clear that the traditional approach of having each state be its own pipeline wouldn't accurately represent the recruiting landscape. One of our goals was to balance pipelines in terms of their quantity and quality of recruits that come from them, as well as how schools tend to look at them. The result was reshaping the pipelines to represent a geographic region rather than a state. For example, Florida is now broken into 3 different pipelines: North Florida, Central Florida, and South. Oh my God. Oh my God. I freaking love it because, hey, in Texas, guys, East Texas has the best recruits in the state of Texas. East Texas does. I would say East Texas, and that's including, like, I think Dallas is close to Dallas is included in East Texas. You have East Texas, you have South Texas. West Texas, you get them big cornbread fed boys. Okay. And then in North Texas, nah, ain't nothing going on in the Panhandle. But I like that, dude. That is dope. Metro Atlanta is its own pipeline, whereas New York and New Jersey were combined to become a single pipeline. In total, there are 50 pipelines in college football 25. That's dope, bro. With our newly shaped pipelines, the next step was to look at every school's recruiting classes, each of the last 10 years, to identify which parts of the country they primarily recruit in. Using this data, we develop a tiered ranking system to represent how strong a school is in a given pipeline. Each pipeline has 5 levels, and every school was given a pipeline based on historical data. The higher your pipeline level, the stronger your influence is in the region. This will boost a recruit's initial interest in your school and the impact of your pitches. A school's pipeline level will never change. Interesting. Which ensures that schools who are historically strong recruiters in a given region will always have an advantage. For example, Florida has historically dominated recruiting in Central Florida in areas. And guys, this is what I'm talking about. In areas like Lakeland, Tampa, and Orlando. Similarly, LSU has reaches into East Texas. They really do. And all along the Gulf Coast. This also accurately reflects the challenges of recruiting to small schools that is not located in or adjacent to strong pipelines. Guys, this information right here is going to make us rethink who we play our dynasties with. Okay. If you're doing a rebuild with Southern Florida, UCF really looking good because them being located in Central Florida, bruh. Really consider who you do your rebuilds with. Generally speaking, your school's I'm cool with SMU because they in East Texas. Okay. Generally speaking, your school's pipelines will heavily influence the type of players you will be able to get and where they are from. The bonuses of being the highest tier in a pipeline are extremely strong, and schools are incentivized to recruit their pipelines. As Oregon, expect to compete often with the likes of Washington and USC for players in Southern California and Arizona. Together, pipelines and deal breakers create a much more realistic and less exploitable recruiting experience. While it's still possible to land 4 stars as a small school, it will require the right fit and a heavy investment of resources and time. Our hope is that you will no longer have to make custom house rules in your online dynasties to prevent your friends from cheesing the system. Okay. Initial interest in top schools. Every recruit will start. Dog, we still not halfway through this, y'all. Every recruit will start with a list of schools they are interested in. When a recruit generates their initial top school list, they are evaluated. They evaluate every school's My School grade in relation to their ideal pitch and motivations. They also take into account their home pipeline and proximity to home. This means that recruits from Atlanta are more likely to have schools from the Southeast in their initial top schools. However, some prospects will look to leave home and play for a school further away if schools outside the region better fit their needs, or if they don't consider any schools in the area good enough for them. Similarly, most of the top schools for a prospect who value academics are going to be very similar to one another. For example, as Rice, you will often see that the recruits who are interested in your school are also interested in Vanderbilt, Northwestern, and Stanford due to their high academic prestige. That's cold. That's cold. We're not halfway through because you glazing Texas every chance you get. Bro, stop the hate just because they ain't mentioned North Carolina. This ain't basketball. And what's crazy, y'all head coach came from where? The University of Texas. Mac Brown, let's go. Depending on the motivations and location of a recruit. Hold on, imagine that, Wilson. Mac Brown sitting in North Carolina, and he got his national championship ring. From where? University of Texas. Let's go, baby. Once a recruit starts, recruits will narrow down their top schools over time, going from open to top 8 to top 5 to top 3, and ultimately commitment. Your job is to stay above the cut line each week. Great recruiters will quickly recognize losing battles and pivot their resources to a different prospect with more promise of commitment. After advancing the week, you will be shown a recruiting summary of any changes in recruiting statuses. You can quickly identify where you need to spend your time each week. Okay, and then they just give us that screen right there where they're showing the guys who they committed, who's targeting them, who they committed to, their interests. Alex has committed to your school. Top schools is just like 14 in that regard. Stage 1, discovery. The first stage of recruiting is discovery, where your goal is to learn information about the prospect as quickly as possible. The faster you can learn information about the prospect, the sooner you can decide whether or not to pursue them. Discovering intel and information about the recruit is also pivotal in how you craft your pitch and sell your school to the recruit. Uncovering that information before your competition gives you a huge advantage. All right, and then prospect identification. Discovery starts with prospect identification. You can find prospects to recruit from the prospect list. The prospect list defaults to the recommended filter, which identifies recruits who would be a good fit for you. Okay, so that's saving you a lot of time in recruiting. The recommended filter uses the same logic as the AI when they are identifying players to recruit. It takes into account your team's position needs, what pipeline a recruit is from, a recruit's interest in your school, and their star rating. You can quickly filter the prospect list by using the L2 or left trigger position filter or the R2 or right trigger filters, which allow you to filter by top prospect, star rating, and state. If you like more control in your search, you can use the advanced search feature by pressing triangle or Y from within the prospect list. Advanced search allows you to search for prospects that match a specific set of criteria. You can search for recruits using the following criteria: position, player type or archetype, state, minimum star rating, height, weight, handedness, quarterbacks only, left or right hand, interest in your school. When viewing a recruit in the prospect list, you will be able to see bio information about the recruit as well as key recruiting information like whether or not they have a deal breaker, if they satisfy a team need, how interested they are in your school, their recruiting stage, and how many scholarship offers they have. Once you find a recruit you are interested in, you can go ahead and add them to your board by pressing X or A. Keep in mind that you can only have 35 prospects on your recruiting board at a time. That's interesting because before, I don't know how many you could have before, but I like that they do that. That way you can only have so many. Last time Texas won a natty was 05, fam. Let it go. I was 2 years old. 2 years old? That's crazy, bro. Actually, the national championship game was in 2006. I was 17 at the time. The better question, Mr. Wilson, is when the last time North Carolina had a national championship in football? Don't worry, I'll wait. No, because we ain't got time. Anyway, team needs. When setting up your board, it is important to understand your current roster strengths and weaknesses. How many players are graduating next season? How many returning starters are you going to have? Within any recruiting screens, you can press R3 or right stick to quickly see your needs at every position. Team needs spreadsheet will show you an overall letter grade for each position. That's nothing different, guys. It's, and the number of players you've signed at a target at that position. How many players you need at a position will vary based on scheme. For example, if you run a pass-heavy offensive scheme like veer and shoot, you will need 10 wide receivers, whereas pro-style offense only needs 6. Your scheme, and it'll work same way defensively. Okay, if you run a 4-2-5, you're going to need more secondary guys. Okay. Where was I at? Which can be done at any. Okay, your scheme is tied to your playbook, and the only way to change it is by changing your offensive and defensive playbooks, which can be done anytime. As you continue to target and sign players, your needs will be updated accordingly. And we've already seen that screen right there. Recruiting hours. Recruiting hours are your core currency to spend on recruiting actions and scouting each week. The amount of recruiting hours you have depends on your team prestige and what part of the season you are in. Teams with a higher team prestige will have more recruiting hours each week. Okay, so that's how you increase it. The higher your team prestige, the more recruiting hours you have, which is true because the better school you have, the more resources your school is going to have. It's crazy that we only got 352 likes, but we got 1,000 people in the chat. Come on, y'all. Do better. Do better. No, I'm playing. But yeah, hit that like button, bro. This is meant to model the recruiting resources a program has with higher tier program. But I be saying stuff before I even get to it. I just need to shut up and read. Having significantly more resources available to them. For example, in the preseason, a 5-star program will have 1,000 recruiting hours compared to only 350 hours for a 1-star program, bro. This is okay. So now they're kind of getting into how you're not going to be able to build a powerhouse program with a small tier school in a couple of seasons. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, bro. That is cool. So now people are understanding why. A big time program, they even said, for example, okay, big schools are going to have more resources. That's cool right there. Big time program will have 1,000 recruiting hours compared to a small school like Kennesaw State only have 350. But the reason why is because they don't have the resources. Nah, 350 is diabolical, but it is what it is. So y'all gonna really have to rethink y'all's rebuilds. Y'all gonna be rebuilding for the whole 30 years. No, but that is cool. But what it causes you to do is be more careful. But then you gotta think about this too. As a big school, you're gonna be competing for the best talent in the country, and you're gonna be competing with other big time schools for that talent. So yeah, you are gonna need more hours. Yeah, y'all playing with these low level schools. We gonna revisit who y'all playing y'all's dynasties with. The time of year, interesting. The time of year also impacts your recruiting hours. During the preseason and in off-season recruiting, you do not have to prepare for a game each Saturday. As a result, you have significantly more time to spend on recruiting than you do in the heart of the regular season. That's very realistic, and I'm glad they're reflecting that in game. Okay. In addition to the maximum recruiting hours you can spend in a week, appreciate that. They didn't get into player customization. I need to know how deep it is. Pause. Appreciate the pause right there, but man, why you spoil that, man? Player customization. Maybe they will later. But yeah, appreciate that, man. Where was I at? In addition to the maximum recruiting hours you can spend in a week, each prospect has a maximum number of hours that you can spend on them in a given week. Interesting. The default maximum is 50 hours, but this can be increased to a maximum of 70 hours with the always be recruiting ability for that position. What? Always be recruiting. What is that? I've never heard of that phrase. That's retarded. I've never heard of that. Any of y'all ever heard of that? Putting pause in the super chat is crazy. Nah, man, that's real talk. I like that, man. Yeah, he need to know how deep it is. Pause. Recruiting board. The recruiting board is where you will spend the bulk of your time in recruiting. The general layout of the board will be familiar to many. On the left, there is a list of all the recruits who are currently on your board. Each recruit shows high-level information about their statuses. Shoot. Recruiting. I've heard it because NC education didn't fail me. Bro, that is so stupid. That ain't even a real. You ain't gonna find it in the dictionary. That's so retarded. I get the pun of the word. You know, always be recruiting, but that's they could have came up with something better than that. Be recruit. That's corny as heck, bro. That's the ABCs of recruiting. Always be recruiting. I get it, bro, but that's corny as heck, dude. I'm sorry. That is what it is. You can filter the list. They talking about the recruiting board there. Selecting a recruit allows you to dive in deeper, pause, and begin interaction with them. At the top of the screen, you will see a bio information about the recruit as well as a large bar with stages on it. With an overview tab, and the schools are zoomed in. Yeah, we've seen this. That's nothing new right there. Just talking about the recruiting thing. Scouting before you start offering scholarships and dedicating your limited recruiting hours, and resources to prospects. It is important to make sure they're targeting the right ones for your program. During the preseason, you are only able to scout and offer scholarships. So it is a great time to scout players and ensure you are targeting the right prospects. In College Football 25, we are introducing a new scouting system designed to represent the ambiguity and progressive discovery of a high school player's skills. Okay, and then they showing. I'm gonna make that bigger for y'all so y'all can see that, and that's just showing the stages. So the more you recruit them, the more you find out about them. Prior to scouting a player, you will only be able to see their star rating, height, weight, hometown, position, and archetype. You will see question marks on their attributes, abilities, and development trait. The attributes represent the top 10 ratings for their archetype. Each attribute has 4 stages of scouting: unscouted, partially scouted, mostly scouted, and fully scouted. When a rating is fully scouted, you will know exactly how good the prospect is, and their exact attribute rating is revealed. Each time you scout a prospect, you will reveal a limited amount of information about them. Sometimes scouting a player will fully scout an attribute, while other attributes, that's in previous, they had that in 14, aside from the mental and physical abilities. Additionally, each scouting action will also reveal physical and mental abilities. While attributes and abilities are able to be scouted, a player's development trait is not. When we talked with coaches about identifying a player's development trait, they overwhelmingly said it is an intangible factor that is difficult to identify without a distinct intuition and direct in-person contact with a recruit. As a result of our discussions, the primary time you will unlock a prospect's development trait, okay, is on National Signing Day. However, if you own the mind reader ability, there is a chance, it ain't 100% chance, but it is a chance you will learn their development trait when you spend time with them during their official visit. That's cool. The coaches we talked with also described how the level of ambiguity and uncertainty around a player's skill set is higher for low star rated players. Interesting. So the level of uncertainty, the lower the player's rating is, that's not a good thing for them. This is because of how much visibility the top prospects get from social media, scouts, and high-profile camps. Conversely, lower star-rated recruits generally have less visibility, which leads to a greater level of uncertainty and unknown what their true skill is. That's, man, they making this crap so realistic, dog, and I love it. Ambiguity? You got to say it like you backwoods country. Shut up. My dad from Mississippi too, so I got all of that. Yeah. Jordan, man, I appreciate that, man. Get you a 4 for 4. Hey, I like a good 4 for 4, man. Go to Wendy's, get that 4 for 4, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Frederick, I appreciate the donation. I appreciate that, guys. Let me see. We have modeled this uncertainty and unknown with our gym bust feature. Paused. And that's what the green and the red thing was for. We covered that. That's nothing new. When scouting a player, there's a chance you identify that their true skill is actually better. So that clarifies it for some people that was asking me yesterday. You can have a 2-star recruit that, you know, hasn't got much exposure, but he ended up being a dog. You know what I'm saying? That stays true to this game. For example, 4-star bust is really a 3-star quality prospect. Oh, I said that when we watched the video. DM with the intuition. While a 4-star gem has the skill level of a 5-star. I told y'all. Let's go. So that's the way it works. If you got a 2-star and he a gem, he really a 3-star. And vice versa. Of course, even if a player is a bust, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad player. It just means they're not as high as they projected to be. A 5-star bust is still going to be pretty darn good. That's good to know. This system creates a lot of variance in lower star rated prospects and provides you with the opportunity to build your program with high quality players who slip through the cracks of the recruiting rankings. Landing top blue chip prospects is incredibly difficult. So this can be a highly effective recruiting strategy to build your program. Think back to the rise of Boise State. Oh yeah, when who was that quarterback? Kellen Moore? Them boys was dangerous back then. And the consistency of Oregon State in the early to mid 2000s. That was before your time, Mr. Wilson. Both of these programs excelled at finding gems who were under-recruited and overlooked by big schools. Kellen Moore. There you go. Wasn't he like offensive coordinator for the Cowboys? I'm sorry to hear that. Jared Zabransky. Yep, he was another one. Them boys was legit back then, dude. Them boys was legit. OC for the Eagles now? Oh, okay, that's good. Better team. Better team than the Cowgirls. Anyway, where was I at? Finding the ideal pitch. Once you've determined a prospect meets initial criteria, it's time to begin uncovering the intel about their motivations and what they care about. Remember, every prospect has 3 motivations they care about, which comprises their ideal pitch. Your goal is to discover their ideal pitch as quickly as possible. That's nothing new. That's what you had to do in 14. In stage 1, there are 5 recruiting actions you can use to uncover information about the prospects. Y'all, I'm sorry I'm not just speeding through this because I don't want to miss anything. Does that make sense? I want to be thorough. Okay, so if y'all have a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. This ain't the channel for you. In addition to uncovering information, you will also gain some influence with the prospect. Each action has a recruiting hour cost and corresponding benefit. The more hours you spend on a recruit, the faster you will uncover information and the more influence you will gain. You can increase how fast you uncover information and the amount of influence you will earn with the most influential ability, which gives a bonus to recruiting actions. Bro, I am so ready to play this game. The 5 recruiting actions are as follows. Offer a scholarship, self-explanatory. Search social media. Spend some time scrolling through the player's social media to learn a little bit more about them. This will also give you a very small amount of influence when they see you like their story. Just be careful not to like an image from 3 years ago. Hold on, do we actually get to go through social media? Or is that just a kind of pun kind of deal? But that is cool that they modernizing the game. DM the player, slide in them DMs. Message the player directly on social media to start a conversation and learn more information about them. DMs will give you a small amount of influence as you start to build that relationship. Contact friends and family. We saw that on the live stream. I read that already. Send the house. From the recruiting coordinator to every other coach on your staff, send every available resource you have after a prospect to gain as much influence with them as possible. Oh, yeah. Oklahoma ain't no hotbed for recruiting. They pull all their recruits from Texas. Gonna be liking recruits' baby pictures. Yeah, that's gonna be creepy, bro. DM gonna send a recruit a meat pic. Why would I do what? Somebody put this guy in timeout. Mr. Burns. Next time Mr. Wilson say something out of pocket like that, give him a 5-minute timeout, man. You finna get dismissed. It's crazy that we share the same first name, bro. It's crazy. I'm appalled. I am appalled. You say something else like that out of pocket and see what happened. That's crazy work, dude. Diddy 3.0 right here in the chat. That's crazy, man. That is insane. I can't believe you said that. Tell you where your mom at, your parents, your guardian. That's that North Carolina crap right there, bro. Nobody do no mess like that. All right. As you uncover their motivations, they will no longer display a question mark. If the motivation displays a red X, the recruit does not care about it. If it displays a green check mark, this is one of the 3 motivations they care about. With this added depth in recruiting, we wanted to make sure that recruiting did not become a monotonous chore that took a significant amount of your time each week. With this in mind, each recruiting action is set it and forget it, meaning they will stay week over week until the recruit either locks you out, commits, or you decide to change your recruiting actions. Okay, so what they're saying here, guys, set it and forget it. So right here you have actions, okay? Whatever actions are available to you, add an action. You can add an action, and every week you're basically going to perform those same actions unless you go in and change it. You know what I'm saying? The chat been wild, and it's probably good I've been reading, man. I'm finna put all y'all in timeout, bro. We finna start banning people. That's crazy work. I still can't believe that, man. My wife might be in this chat. You know what I'm saying? My son might be in this chat. I got students that might be in this chat, and you talking about stuff like that is the devil's secret agent right there, man. That's crazy. We know what you do in your spare time. Look, you send whatever you want to your recruits. That's crazy. No, man, I'm talking about a whistle. I'm talking about a real coach's whistle that go around your neck and you put it in your mouth and you blow it. Pause. Y'all know what a whistle is. That dude talking about meat picks. You're going to get the whole stream demonetized. Anyway, so the set it and forget it feature, guys, you got your list of actions here to the right. Okay. And you basically can add an action, and every week it's going to automatically do those same actions so that you don't have to come back every week and put the same thing in there. Does that make sense? And I like that because that's going to save you time because it's already an intricate process. And you can see over here to the left, Mr. Harvey got a red lock. That means they locked out a recruiting cat. So that's good stuff right there, man. That's good stuff right there. All right, let's go back. Stage 2 is the pitch. After the recruiting arrows their top 5 schools, it's time to begin pitching the prospect on your school and what you have to offer. Bro, I just know what y'all Texas boys be on. Dude, nobody down here be on that. What are you talking about? You keep on, man. Keep on. You're going to get put in time out, bro. You're going to miss the rest of the stream. Everyone take a break from rated R thing. It's chill out. Yeah, man. I'm trying to read. All right, anyway. By this point, you should have a good amount of information about the prospect and what they care about. The more information you have, the more surgical you can be with your pitch. If you do not have much information about the prospect, you will effectively be flying blind and risk pitching them on something they do not care about. I've done that in 14 a lot. If your pitch does not align with their motivations, it can actually have an adverse effect on their perception of you and your program. When pitching a prospect, there are 2 different pitch types you can use, a soft sell and a hard sell. They're self-explanatory, guys. Hard sell is this provides the most influence when choosing the correct pitch, but it also comes with the largest penalty if your pitch. That's the same thing as 14. That's nothing new. After selecting a pitch type, you will then select your pitch. Each pitch is a collection of 3 motivations, and there are 20 pitches in total. For example, the Sunday bound pitch sells a recruiter on your school being a championship contender. Okay, so this is the screen. What they're talking about here is the screen where, I don't know, they're going to show it. Yeah, this is what they're talking about on that. Okay, so I'll go back and read for the people that want to read. The Sunday bound pitch sells a recruit on your school being a championship contender. It's conference prestige and your school's track record of sending kids to the next level. How well the pitch aligns with the prospect motivations as well as your associated my school grade will ultimately determine, I'm going to skip that ad. We're not getting y'all no ads. Will determine how well your pitch lands with the prospect. You can increase the impact of your school my grade with the upsell ability. Cool. If your school does not perfectly align with the ideal pitch, or if you're looking for a way to get a competitive advantage, you can sway the prospect and change their motivations. I told y'all. DM be on it, bro. I told y'all. Intuition game sick, bro. Successfully swaying a prospect will give them a second ideal pitch that is only available to you. Wow. My Owen Wilson. Wow. That is interesting. So if you sway them on something, you're the only person that can use that. That's cool. That's good news. Okay. Your chances of successfully swaying a prospect increase the more overlap there is between their ideal pitch motivations and the pitch you are trying to sway them on. It is possible to sway them on a pitch with 0 motivation overlap, but it is very low probability of success. It's a lot of risk versus reward in recruiting, and I like that they reflect that. For example, let's say the prospect's current ideal pitch is hometown hero, which includes campus lifestyle, proximity to home, and program tradition. To increase your probability of success, you would want to sway them on a pitch that also has 1 or 2 of the hometown hero motivations. In this example, let's say the prospect on the college experience pitch, which includes academic prestige, campus lifestyle, and stadium atmosphere. if our sway is successful, the prospect will now care about academic prestige and stadium atmosphere in addition to the 3 motivations they already cared about as part of their ideal pitch. So it kind of combines what you care about with what they care about. I like that. I like that. Who bugging, man? What happened? I just see Andre laughing, man. What happened? Y'all bugging? I don't even want to scroll up. Don't even tell me what happened. I don't even want to know what happened. I'm going to keep on reading because it's something telling me something going on in the chat. Can I stream the online Dynasty? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm finna keep reading. Y'all finna make me mad. I'm finna go off on y'all. In here acting like kids. In here trying to read. Y'all in here acting like kids. If our sway is successful, the prospect will now care about. I already read that. A successful sway gives you the ability to pitch 2 or more ideal pitches for a maximum influence gain. It will also provide you with the opportunity to more closely align the prospect with your school's strengths. I'm sorry. This is an incredibly powerful action, and if used properly, it can separate you from the competition. This is good stuff, dude. And then the close. The final step in the recruiting journey is the close. This is where you bring the prospect in for an official visit and attempt to leave a lasting impression with them. In order to schedule a visit with the prospect, they must be down to their top 5 schools, and you need to have offered them a scholarship. No recruit wants to take the time to visit somewhere that won't even give them a scholarship offer. A recruit can only take an official visit to a school when they are on a bye week or they have a home game. Well, of course, because then you ain't visiting the school, you visiting an away school. They got to explain stuff like that for people from North Carolina because they don't understand stuff like that. So they got to write it out. Like people in Texas, I'm like, bro, duh. Like, why would they visit you on an away game? You know what I'm saying? But people in North Carolina don't know that. So they got to explain it for people like y'all. Additionally, schools can only host up to 4 recruits in a single week. When scheduling a visit with a prospect, you will be charged 40 recruiting hours. The cost to schedule a visit does not count towards the maximum number of hours you can allocate to the recruit in a week. That's good. This allows you to continue your normal recruit. That is really good, man. The cost to schedule a visit does not count towards the maximum number of hours you can allocate to the recruit in a week. So y'all remember every recruit has a certain number that they can max out on, like 50 hours in a week. But when you're scheduling a visit, it doesn't count for those 50 hours. That's basically what they're saying. A visit is broken down into 2 main parts, scheduling and activity. Oh, my bad. Timing is everything when it comes to scheduling a visit. Waiting to bring the recruit in for a big-time rivalry game late in the season could have a lot of upside, but it also carries risk. There's a chance the prospect will commit somewhere else prior to your visit date. Timing is everything. That is important. Who you play the day of the visit also matters. Every visit during the regular season comes with a set of game day stakes, which determine the influence bonus you will receive with the recruit for winning the game and the potential downside for a loss. The stakes are set by the importance and visibility of the games the prospect will attend. Let's be honest, nobody wants to go to a game in a weak environment. Playing a lower tier opponent will provide very little upside and major downside if you lose. Conversely, playing your rival, who is also a top 5 team, will have potential to leave a lasting impression. Of course, you can avoid any risk entirely by scheduling during a bye week, but then you get no game related bonuses at all. Finally, the prospects who are visiting that weekend can have a positive or negative impact based on whether or not their positions are complementary or competitive. For example, having a quarterback and a left tackle visit at the same time will give a complimentary bonus, whereas scheduling 2 quarterbacks on the same day is considered a competitive visit. Somebody said that in the chat earlier. You are 100% right on that, my guy. I'd have to scroll all the way up. I can't remember who said it, but they did say that, and that is awesome. You have very good intuition, my guy. That's great. I like it. Had to give me a little sip of pop. All right. So that is cool. That's what competitive visit is, and will negatively impact both of their visits. After setting which date the prospect is going to visit, so you're gonna have to pay attention who y'all got recruiting and when, who y'all got coming. After setting which date the prospect is going to visit, the next step is to select what they are going to do on their visit. There are 14 activities a recruit can do during a visit, and each activity maps to a prospect motivation. Similar to pitches, and that's similar to 14, where you can say, you know, we're going to visit the weight room or something. I'm just throwing something out there, you know. Visit the trophy case and stuff. Like, that's on 14. They've had that. That's nothing new. Nailing the visit can often be the difference between bringing in a top 5 class or being left at the altar on signing day. If things go well, there's a chance the recruit will verbally commit to your school following the visit. While you should feel good about seeing a verbal commit, it is critical you stay on top of things until they sign their letter of intent on signing day. I love it. I love it. I freaking love it. If a prospect is verbally committed and they have a deal breaker, okay, they will decommit from your school if you fall below the required grade threshold prior to signing day. Once a player has signed on signing day, you have nothing to worry about until they arrive on campus, and your next challenge is keeping them happy and out of the transfer portal. I like that, dude, because and I think they had it in 14 where you can open, like once somebody was committed, you can reopen it up, I believe. But dude, that's really cool. That is freaking cool. And then they just show that screen there. Okay, this is cool because they show one of the FCS schools. FCS Southeast, the Pandas. Cool mascot. So you wouldn't want to schedule a recruit to come that week. You can see there's no benefit in if you win that game, but there's big downside. Whereas if they schedule them for Auburn, there's probably going to be more, more upside, but even greater downside because that's a rivalry game. Rivalry. Okay, and then these are the activities you can choose. Attend a position meeting. Why? Because playing time is important to him, so it benefits that. I don't know if this is a podium, so maybe it's attend a team meeting or a press conference. This is probably looking at the facilities. This one is probably inviting them on a podcast or something. I don't know. I have no idea what that even is. What is that? I have no clue what that is. Take them on a tour of the campus. It looks like a football field in a school building. People at the table, maybe eat with the players. No, because that's eating right there. That's a dinner plate. Invite them to an open practice. See that coaching whistle, baby? Yes, sir. Take them to the trophy case. Show them the school. Position meetings. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Put them through a workout, maybe. Have a cookout. Who knows? Committed. Verbal commit. That's cool that they show that, man. That's cool. I'm excited for this. I am excited for this. Hey, coach, I'm sorry, but I decided to leave. Over the last 3 years, the transfer portal has completely reshaped college football and how you build your roster. While it can be used to quickly upgrade your roster, it can also gut your program if a mass of players heads to the exits. Just like recruits, players on your roster can have a deal breaker, and any recruit that has a deal breaker will keep their deal breaker when they join your roster. Remember, deal breakers can be thought of as a promise between you and the player. If you fail to uphold your end of the deal, it is a chance they leave in the offseason. The corresponding my school grade falling below the threshold does not guarantee they will decide to leave. The probability of a player transferring after their deal breaker has been violated is driven by their overall, with higher overall players being more likely to transfer. Y'all better quit talking and pay attention. All right. Keep in mind that every action you take throughout the season has the potential to impact your my school grade and therefore increase a player's chance of leaving. A perfect example is the coaching carousel, where firing coaches or coaches leaving for new jobs could immediately impact the team's coach prestige grade, resulting in players entering the portal. In addition to players entering the portal, high overall players may look to go pro and enter the draft if they've been in the school for 3 or more years. Players who are entering the pro draft will display the round they are projected to be drafted in. They had that in 14. It was a cool feature. I liked it. Once a player has decided to leave, you will have the opportunity to persuade them to stay. One thing they didn't talk about too is the players being tied to the coaches. That's interesting. They didn't show that, and they didn't talk about it in the deep dive right here. So, but that is something that I've heard of, is that the players will remember who recruited them. And if you fire a coach, they can remember that also and go, I don't know. I hadn't seen that, though. That's interesting. Once a player has decided to leave, you have an opportunity to persuade them to stay. The chance to successfully persuade a player. Now, you could do this in 14 with guys trying to enter the draft early, but now you add the transfer into this. Is determined by their overall and your coach prestige. Higher overall players will be harder to convince than low overall players. However, keep in mind that you only have a limited number of persuasion attempts. The number of persuasion attempts you have is determined by your coach prestige. The higher your coach prestige, the more attempts you will have. Bro, they're literally explaining to us how it is going to be difficult for to create a powerhouse program from a smaller school, bro. This is crazy. Add some YouTube team builder teams as FCS schools. Yeah, this is crazy. You can increase the number of persuasion attempts with the gift of gab ability, and you can increase your chance of successfully persuading a player to stay with the roster retainer ability. Skip ads. Skip that ad. Both of these abilities are available in the Program Builder archetype. After advancing the week, you will be able to see the pro draft results, which show where players were drafted. When creating the pro draft results, we use real world data and pro draft trends to inform when players are drafted based on their overall and positions. And they just kind of show that right there. We seen that. Okay. I think it's best if you play elsewhere. While players have the opportunity to leave via the transfer portal every season, you will also have the opportunity to make roster changes. Every offseason, you are required to get back down to 85 players on your roster. Unfortunately, that means if you are over 85-man limit, you will be forced to encourage some players to transfer and find a new home. That's what I said. Let me get in there, and Earl Poindexter is on my squad. Hey, Earl, you need to hit the portal. Unfortunately, that means if you are over 85-man limit, you'll be forced to encourage some players to transfer, find a new home. Even if you are at or below 85 on your roster, you can still encourage players to transfer in order to make room for new players the next season. And no, you can't encourage the brand new freshman you just signed to find a new home the moment he gets on campus. I'm telling you what, if Earl Poindexter signs to my team as a freshman, first of all, I'm not recruiting nobody named Poindexter. Second of all, sometimes they just throw players on your team. If they do that, he ain't playing. He can be the best overall on the team. He ain't playing. The transfer portal, as we said at the beginning, one of our goals was to make the transfer portal authentically unpredictable. This begins with players leaving. Some schools may face mass exodus of players, while others may be left untouched. Once all players have decided whether to go or stay, the transfer portal will officially open at the start of the off-season recruiting. Off-season recruiting lasts 4 weeks in total, and transfers will make their final decisions at the end of it on National Signing Day. Just like in real life, this is a chaotic 4 weeks where players are committing quickly and team rosters are rapidly changing. Teams will have to consistently make quick decisions sometimes. Bro, why are we not at 1,000 likes? Y'all tripping, bro. We should be well over 1,000 likes. We've got 9,000 views since we've been streaming. We only have 444 likes. Come on, people, do better. Hit that like button, baby. Do you want to continue pursuing high school recruits? Are there transfers who can immediately improve your roster? How much time do you want to spend discovering a transfer's motivations and scouting them versus selling them on your program? How soon do you want to bring a transfer in for a visit? So you can bring transfers in for visits? That's cool. Every transfer is given a star rating based on their overall and has a national, state, and position rank just like high school prospects. Since people change over time, transfers are assigned a new ideal pitch and motivations. That's interesting. I'm glad they did that. Every player in the transfer portal has the same deal breaker that caused them to transfer originally. So they keep their deal breaker, but their ideal pitch and motivations can change. Their new ideal pitch will include their deal breaker, motivation, and it will be relevant to transfer and their unique needs. After the new ideal pitch and motivations have been set, transfers will evaluate every school and generate a top school list just like high school prospects do. They will look at how their motivations align with each school and adjust for pipelines and proximities to home. Since 4- and 5-star prospects are in the highest demand and they know more concretely what they're looking for, they will only consider 5 schools. Wow. Wow. If you are not in their top 5, you will not be able to talk with them. Dang, bro. So, bro, if you want to, that answered the question that I had. That if you was a smaller school, could you get a 5-star out of the portal? Basically, no. Unless you in their top 5, which you probably won't be. I'm telling you what. If you a smaller school, good luck building a big time program. It's gonna be tough. Which it should be, because it's realistic. That's why you don't see schools like Northern Illinois is rising up to be a big time program. Like, it's gonna take time. Lower star rated prospects will vary in terms of the number of schools they are considering. Some will be completely open, while others will have as few as 3 schools they are considering. That's cool. That's cool. Right out the gate. Regardless of where they start, the process of recruiting a transfer is fast, and you will need to make quick decisions. Your interactions with the transfer will be very similar to interacting with a high school recruit. Depending on their stage, you will add recruiting actions. Pitch your school, bring them into your campus on a visit, and try to close the deal. When evaluating whether to target transfer or high school prospects, schools will look at each position on their roster throughout the season and monitor their immediate needs. If a position group does not meet the requirements, they will hold a spot on their recruiting board for an off-season transfer who they believe can come in and be an immediate contributor. Don't be surprised if you see teams finish early signing day with a light recruiting class in preparation for a big recruiting push in the transfer portal. That's what Colorado does. They don't recruit heavy out of high school, but they attack the portal. And it's all based on the team that you want to do, guys. If you want to build a team over time, then yeah, you're going to do that. But if you want to be successful fast, then the transfer portal will be your best friend. But it's also a big risk versus reward kind of deal. Smaller programs, if you want to be good quicker, hit the transfer portal. Of course, once they see the players who are actually in the portal, their priorities may change. Having a need at left tackle is nice and all during the season, but if there's a 5-star transfer quarterback who wants to come to your school, why turn them down? I agree. Valenzuela, Jorge. My son's name, Jorge. Okay, and then we've seen this screen already. Okay. So, but that's still cool to see. Look at all the Texas. I don't see North Carolina on there nowhere. Anyway, signing day, just like the real world, college football 25, both early signing day and national signing day. Oh, that's dope. Early signing day takes place at the start of bowl season after the regular season has been completed. National signing day takes place 7 weeks after the national championship. On signing day, any player who have verbally committed to a school prior to signing day will sign. That's cool. Meaning they can no longer decommit. The majority of prospects will commit prior to early signing day, but some recruits may last late into the cycle. And they had that in 14, where you had some recruits that just wasn't available until like after the national championship game or whatever. These prospects, along with transfers, will ultimately sign their letter of intent on National Signing Day. Throughout recruiting, you can view the team recruiting ranks in the top classes tab of the recruiting hub. Top classes allow you to view team recruiting ranks for high school prospects, transfers, or combined. You can also filter the ranks by conference. I like that layout right there, dude. That's real cool right there. Any recruits who are unsigned after National Signing Day will stick around and become walk-ons in the offseason. With that being said, the days of a player who was being actively recruited, not committing anywhere, and drifting off into either are over. No longer will you have to speculate and fantasize what happened to them. Did they fail to get into school because of grades? Did they have a change of heart and decide to try archery instead? Was it something you said? Now, the team with the highest influence on signing day will get the player as long as they have offered them a scholarship. That's cool, bro. This was a huge quality of life improvement that we all felt was a must, and we are very happy to be able to deliver it. So if you've offered somebody a scholarship, and they don't sign with nobody, and you're that top school on their list, by the close of National Signing Day, they're going to put them on your roster as a walk-on. That's cool. I like that. Can we get the 500 likes at least? Jesus Christ, people, come on. One more like. Somebody hit the like button one more time. Let's get to 500. Up here reading all these words and stuff. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Nah, yeah, Andre, you know we just playing, man. He better not be in the chat being sensitive. I tell you, you are something else, man. You are something else. Nah, this is real cool, though. Position changes. Following signing day, you have the opportunity to change player positions ahead of offseason progression. This is especially important. I can already tell if you change somebody's position and they don't want to change positions, they gonna hit the transfer portal. You sign a recruiting class, do not have actual positions, athletes. If you forget to set an athlete's position, they will automatically assign their primary archetype's position when you advance the week. Players will be able to change to any other position regardless of their original position. The position change spreadsheet will show you their projected overall at the new position, which archetype they would become, where they would rank on the depth chart, and the number of players at the position. That's all very helpful information. I like that. Once you confirm their new position, they will receive a new set of physical abilities that are specific to that archetype. The physical abilities and tiers received are determined by the new attributes. Mental abilities will not change unless the mental ability does not apply to the new position. That's cool. Can't win then cheat. Bro, I don't see how you can cheat in this game. Player progression. Y'all, we about 25% left. In college football, the offseason is most impactful time period when it comes to player development. While players can improve throughout the season, the bulk of their progression and development happens during the spring and summer. Every season, we see players who put in the work during the offseason and come back bigger, stronger, faster, and overall significantly better player. Player progression in college football 25 is no different. All about the gains. Yeah. All kinds of gains. All kinds. That's my Hodge twins impersonation. In Dynasty, players will automatically progress their attributes and physical abilities. Mental abilities cannot be upgraded, allowing for greater differentiation between players. Interesting.
I agree as well. Shallow and pedantic.
Players will progress during the season based on their on-field performance, but the bulk of their progression will happen in the offseason. Off-season progression happens after the position changes stage so that players will progress in their new positions. The amount of player progression in the offseason is influenced by school year, your coaching abilities, and that was in 14. You had player progression too. Okay. To simulate the real-world difference in physical maturity between a freshman and a senior, young players like rising sophomores will take longer leaps during the offseason than a rising senior. Similarly, a player's coaching staff will have a significant impact on the development. For example, motivators can have the pay it forward ability, which awards bonus XP. Hold on, what is this? Which has bonus XP to a position group every time a player at that position is drafted in the first 3 rounds. Motivators can also have the put in work ability, which increases offseason development for players in a particular position group. Progression will then be further modified by the player's development trait. In college football 25, there are 4 player development traits. Okay, so now we finally get to see development traits, which is, I'm pretty sure, just like Madden's. Normal, these players are most common and progress at a standard rate. Expect them to steadily grow over their career. Impact, the type of player that can really change a team. They'll progress faster than normal with higher upside. Star, a potential Sunday player. There are very few of these to go around, and they'll establish themselves early as fast learners. And an elite, the best of the best, the creme de la creme. These players will make a statement the moment they get on campus and have the potential to be all-time greats. I like how they word all of that. I really like how they word all of that. Once a player is on your roster, the development trait is known and can be seen in the player card, which can be accessed by pressing triangle or Y on a player on the roster screen. When a player is a recruit, their development trait is hidden until National Signing Day, unless you have a strategist archetype mind reader ability, which will give you a chance to learn the development trait when they come in for an official visit. Cool. Skill groups. As opposed to progressing each attribute individually. For example, trucking players will instead progress an entire skill group. Skill group is a collection of related attributes. For example, the running back power skill group includes trucking, strength, stiff arm, toughness, jumping, and injury. Every skill group has a max level of 10. Each time you upgrade a skill group, it will increase one level and progress all of the attributes in the skill group. With that being said, some players will have a skill group max level or cap that is less than 10. Interesting. That is very. First of all, let me read this. I'm finna get to this. Skill group caps can be thought of as player max potentials in that particular area. These will vary by player. I like that, so you can't just all 99 everything. Skill group positions are archetype. Once a skill group has hit the cap, it can no longer be upgraded unless the coach has the archetype, architect archetype, and the limitless or put a ring on it abilities. Limitless provides a chance to increase a random skill cap every time the player levels up, and put a ring on it provides a chance to increase their highest skill cap after winning a conference or national championship. Guys, I want to look at this image right quick, okay? Because this player model, in my opinion, is the best player model that I have ever seen in an EA Sports football game. Like, the proportions are extremely good. It looks like something you'd see on TV. I'm not saying the detail, but I'm saying the shoulder pads aren't too big. You know what I'm saying? The pads here look like realistically fit. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I like that, bro. That's good stuff right there by EA. I'll give them their props on that one. Mental and physical abilities. As Scott described in the gameplay deep dive, players can have up to 5 physical abilities and 3 mental abilities. Both physical and mental abilities have 4 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Physical abilities are determined by the player's archetype, while mental abilities are position specific. I'm not talking about men's proportions. Andre, dog, what did I tell you? I'm talking about how the player models are built, bro. Come on, man. Stop being like that. See? Yeah, Lonnie, next thing Andre say, put him in timeout. 3 minutes. While progressing players will look to upgrade their physical abilities if they meet the rating requirements. Every tier of a physical ability has an associated attribute requirement. For example, in order to have the platinum workhorse ability, a player must have a 95 toughness. That said, above Dynasty, that's as said above, Dynasty. What is the chat saying? Y'all tripping, bro. Y'all tripping. I'm finna put all y'all in timeout. All right. For example, in order to have a platinum workhorse ability, I read that. As said above, Dynasty players cannot upgrade their mental abilities. So if a player does not come in as a freshman with a particular mental ability, there is no way for them to earn that ability through progression. Interesting. That's real interesting, but it opens up the door for players to not be the same. So if they don't come in with a certain mental ability, they just not going to have it. And that's cool. I'm fine with that. Oh, we had another screen on there too. Oh, that was just ability still. Impact players. People asked about this. It's in the game. Impact players are back and are a quick way to... So there's no X Factor players. There's impact players. But easily identify key players on the other team. Every team will have at least one offensive and one defensive player who is an impact player. However, unlike the past, there is no limit on the number of impact players on the team can have. I like that. If I got a team full of dogs, I got a team full of dogs. Explosive offenses with playmakers everywhere might have 5 or 6 impact players. Players across the board letting you know how straight up that they got dudes and they are about to cook. See what they talking. I read this and it's all bad. Explosive offenses with playmakers everywhere might have 5 or 6 impact players across the board, letting you know how straight up that they got, letting you know straight up that they got dudes and they about to cook. Like, bro, look at Georgia in this. Let's open this image in a new tab so we can zoom in. Look at Georgia in this, bro. 11 guys on the field and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bro, they finna give Alabama the business. They finna put the skibbity paps on them. That's crazy. That's crazy, but I like it. Managing wear and tear. With the introduction of the wear and tear system, the week-to-week management of your players is more essential than ever before. As described in the gameplay deep dive, players can incur damage to body parts during gameplay. The more damage a body part is, the more it will impact their on-field performance. In addition to on-field gameplay, players will also incur wear and tear damage during Super Sim. Interesting. Guys, wear and tear is not like an injury thing. It's more of a ratings thing. Does that make sense? It's about being getting bumps and bruises throughout the game, if that makes sense. A lot of people on the surface thought, oh, my player's going to be getting injured. While it does increase the risk of injury, wear and tear is more of a... it's more of your player being beat up throughout the game, and it's more of a ratings thing. Does that make sense? Okay. Each week, players will recover some of their wear and tear damage. The amount of recovery is dependent on how damaged the body part is. For example, let's say in the previous game, your running back severely damaged his right ankle and his left shoulder was only slightly damaged. The next week, you can expect his shoulder to be fully recovered and his ankle to only be slightly recovered. His ankle would then be something you would want to monitor in the next game. You could decide to sit him in an effort to allow him to get back to full health the following week, or you could play him in the risk of increasing how long it takes him to fully recover. In an effort to ensure that players are not disappearing in big-time games late in the season, we have set minimums that players will always recover to when advancing the week. You can monitor your player's wear and tear damage by viewing Health tab in the player card. To access this, go to the roster sheet, press Y. We don't need to know that right now, but it's just showing you the wear and tear. Okay. Shoulder, leg, ankle. Delivering the world of college football. One of the biggest challenges we faced in development of College Football 25 was the task of recreating everything that makes the sport of college football so unique. Unlike most professional sports where there is much of the league is templatized. Did I say that word right? Unlike most professional sports where so much of the league is templatized. What does that word even mean? Whatever. And where uniformity helps drive a quest for parity. College football is a sport that marches to the beat of its own drum. Template? Okay. Texas education. Shut up. Shut your face. I've never seen that word in my life. It ain't my fault. You know how many words are in the English language? They making up words. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, but that templatized. Like what? When did that get in the thesaurus? All right, so it's a sport that thrives in the chaos and created by very lack of conformity. And while the lack of conformity makes college football so special, it also makes the task of building the world of college football so much more challenging. So let's talk about those elements that help immerse you in your coaching journey and the recruiting trail. A new day in college football. A lot has happened, yada, yada, yada. But this year starts a new day, college football 12-team format. We get to experience it first in college football 25. I'm glad that they got these teams in here, bro. Who they got in there? They got Michigan, A&M, NC State, Oregon, Rice? What? Oh, yeah, because the conference champions automatically get in, don't they? Oh, they got Oregon picked to win the 2024 national championship? I can see that. Georgia. They got Georgia, Miami, Ole Miss, Texas, and Utah. Anyway, there's a lot of intricacies with how the new college football playoff formatted that college football fans will need to get used to. During development, members of our team were able to participate in mock selection committee sessions hosted by the college football CFP, College Football Playoff Committee or whatever, to help us better understand the process of how the committee determines their rankings. With the expansion of the new 12-team format, we are able to apply those learnings to project how the committee will value wins and losses in a world where we're going undefeated in a power conference is going to be less and less common, and the perception of schedule imbalance continues to widen. While the media and coach polls run throughout the entire season, you will need to wait for the calendar to turn to November before you start to get the first peek at how the 12-team bracket is shaping up. That will be your first look at both the college football playoff top 25 as well as how the playoff will be seeded based on those ranking and seed rules. And they show you this here. I'll maximize this real quick so we can look at that. It just shows you the college football playoff, your Texas top 5 rankings. They highlighted ranked number 1, Ohio State 7-0 last week, this week. It's kind of like that. We've seen that in 14, so that's not new. It's just new in the sense of the playoff instead of BCS. We created unique logic for our college football playoff poll to model how we anticipate the rankings to look in the new format. Generating a believable opinion-based poll is no easy feat, especially one where we're projecting what may happen versus being able to use the real-world results as our reference point. You are what your record says you are is a misnomer in college football. So factors like, oh my goodness, look at that. Say that again. Say that again for the people in the back. You are what your record says you are is a misnomer in college football, guys. Record doesn't always indicate how good or bad a team is. So factors like school and conference prestige can impact where a school finds itself in the college football playoff poll. That's good. I like that. It's not only based on your record, man. It's based on your strength of schedule, your conference, your prestige, all of that stuff, which it should be. Each week of the season, the coaches, media, and CFP polls, along with the 12-team bracket update based on the most recent results from the final rankings and bracket are revealed following the completion of the conference championship games. And then you have here college football playoff, Ohio State, Texas. And it says at the bottom, you've been invited to play in the college football playoff this week against Ohio State. Once the rankings are set, now it's time to seed the brackets. As many people reading this already know, the 12-team format is a 5-7 rule model, meaning the 5 highest ranked conference champions will get in automatic berths into the college football playoff. And the remaining 7 spots will be filled based on order of the final CFP rankings. So if you win your conference, you in, which is cool. That's how Rice got in, I guess. The only way to get the first round bye is to be one of the 4 highest ranked conference champions. So an undefeated Notre Dame or any other independent, as well as the winner of the Pac-12, can be selected no higher than 5th and will never be eligible to skip the first round because they're not in a conference, really, a power conference. The 5th automatic qualifier that did not get a first round bye will be seeded based on where they ranked in the final CFP poll. I like it. So if you win in the Power 4, if you're in one of the Power 4 conferences and you win, you get an automatic bid. If you outside of that, good luck, Chuck. But I like it. Let me see this other screen here. So that's showing you right here. These are the Power 4 conferences. That's the Big 12, the SEC, the Big 10, and the ACC. Those are your Power 4 conferences. So if you win one of those 4 conferences, you automatically get a first week bye. Okay. Other than that, everybody else, you fighting. You fighting. Texas, I can't believe y'all didn't beat Utah and get that bye week, but it is what it is. All right. One of the most exciting parts about the new 12-team format is that the first round games will be played on campus. Interesting. Hosting one of those games means you will have all of your home field advantage on your side as you take on your opponent as you look to win and advance. Is it going to be like that in real life? If so, that's real cool, though. First round, so that means, what, LSU would beat home team or Georgia? I don't know how they would determine that. Where was I at? The playoff quarterfinal and semifinal games take place at the bowl formerly known as the New Year's Six, Orange, Sugar, Rose, Fiesta, Cotton, and Peach, which rotate annually each year of a dynasty just like they will in real life. All right, the CFP National Championship game has its own rotation of hosts. Starting with Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, the championship game will rotate through an additional 10 locations before looping back around as you continue deeper in your dynasty. In addition to the college football playoff, we also feature 34 bowl games each using their real-world bowl tie-ins. So the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl will annually feature teams from... So that's cool, man. If you don't get in the playoffs, you can still go to a bowl game. Which, duh, but still, you know. Sunbelt Conference and the USA Perfect Music City Bowl will feature teams from the SEC and the Big Ten, etc. and they're just showing you a picture of that. It's showing you the game and the teams they're in and the date that it's played. That's still cool to see. Just like CFP bracket, you will get your first look at the bowl projections in the last week of November each season. Each week that you keep winning, you can see yourself climbing the polls, playing in a more prestigious bowl, all while trying to earn a berth in the college football playoff. The new era of college football is here. By the time the 12-team playoff happens in real life, you will already be an expert on how the format works just by playing Dynasty mode. Okay? Meet your new neighbor. Speaking of the dawn of a new era, the latest round of conference realignments has dramatically changed the landscape of college football, just like the 12-team college football playoff format. You will get to experience that new reality first in college football 25, and it's just talking about conferences. Every conference with their 2024 alignment, the Sun Belt is the last conference to feature divisions. Also, the SEC ain't gonna have divisions? I'm lost. Anyway. And the scheduling logic has been set forth both the current season as well as the future year rotations based on each conference's rule set. The SEC will accurately follow the 8-game with one protected opponent rotation, while the Big Ten will utilize their 9-game flex protect model, and so on. If you need a refresher of who's where, or if you're looking to follow along with the conference races, you can keep an eye on everything at the conference standing screen. And then we have that picture there. Be your own conference commissioner. If you prefer to reset conferences to a previous configuration, push forward to a potential future, or just blow everything up and make whatever conference memberships you want and adjust the rules to your liking, you have the power to be the Caesar of college football and set things how you'd like them with custom conferences. Nothing new right there. Okay. You can reduce any conference to as few as 4 members and grow any conference to as large as 20 schools. In addition to moving schools into the conferences, you can have a school go independent for the ultimate in schedule flexibility. But remember, it comes at the expense of a potential first round bye in the college football playoff. You will also have and it also affects you as far as recruiting, because now you won't have a conference prestige because you're not in a conference. You also have the ability to edit each conference's rules, determining if they will or will not have divisions, what those divisions' names are, how many conference games will be played annually, if the conference will have a conference championship game, and the location of that conference championship game, either at a neutral site location or at the home stadium of the highest ranked team. They've had that in previous games. You'll be able to make adjustments to conference memberships and rules when starting a dynasty as well as at the end of each season, giving you total flexibility to change things however you want, both at the start of a dynasty as well as change the landscape of the future based on your dynasty results to keep things fresh and interesting as you go deeper in your coaching career. Can we create a recruit? I don't know. I ain't got there yet. No, you can't create a recruit. No, yeah, I can answer that for you. Moving conferences does not mean you are stuck with the old conference's jersey patch for the logo on the 25-yard lines. Those will dynamically update based on conference membership. I love it. I freaking love it. Hold up. Who put James Madison in the ACC? I mean, heck, they could. I can see that. That's cool. So they update the patches on the jerseys as well as on the field, bro. Look at that jersey definition, though. That is so cool, dude. That is cool. Okay. In an online dynasty, only the commissioner can make conference changes. Let's talk schedules. College football is unlike any other sport. So many of the weeks of the season means something special to so many different schools. It's not enough to make sure that the schedules rotate and that home and away status get flipped for the new year. If it's the third Saturday in October, Tennessee better be playing Alabama. If it's Thanksgiving weekend, then the Iron Bowl, the big game, Florida State, and a host of other rivalry games better be on the table next to the turkey and stuffing. Dynasty Mode's scheduling system will make sure these special games get filled the correct weeks before adding in the rest of the conference and non-conference state slate. That's dope. That's attention to detail right there, dude. For non-conference games, we have included as many real-world games as were announced by the time we had to lock schedules. So when you get to 2027 and 2028, the Florida State Georgia home game and home series will already be scheduled. In 2029 and 2030, the Notre Dame Alabama home will be scheduled, etc. Our schedule generator will be used to fill out everyone's schedules to make sure that every school has 12 games for all 30 years of a dynasty. Kickoff games like Duke's Mayo Classic and the Vegas Classic are here as well, and will be scheduled in future years of Dynasty mode. Another recent addition to the world of college football is the concept of 0 week. While the season still kicks off on Labor Day weekend for a majority of schools, some get things started a week prior in what has been affectionately termed Week 0. The authentic Week 0 games are scheduled for year 1 of Dynasty. And in future years, Week 0 will get utilized. However, the bulk of the schools will still put toe to leather for the first time in the traditional Labor Day weekend window. You can see your team's entire schedule on the team schedule screen, or look at the schedule around the country week by week from scorer schedules. Each week, the broadcast type will be determined based on what is the biggest game that on that week's slate. If your game is either a national or streaming broadcast, it will be called by our team of Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock. The game of the week will be called by Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so let me skip that ad. Okay, so we got a picture. We got a picture of what this looks like now. So these are, I don't know what that is. What does that mean? National games? This is on TV or streamed? Maybe that's the game of the week, because it's got the yeah, that's game of the week. So that's what the game of the week icon looks like. It shows the map of the United States, and it shows the little tower. All the other ones just have a tower, but that is cool to see. Okay, the crowd theme that our friends in presentation talked about recently also appears in Dynasty. If your school does a whiteout, blackout, checkerboard, striping, etc., you will see those crowd themes in the first home game of the season for rivalry games, and if you are named as game of the week. That's cool. Set your schedule. In addition to custom conferences, you can also customize your non-conference schedule via custom schedules every preseason. I like it. They had that in older games. I'm glad they're keeping it. Conference games are designed with a lock icon that cannot be edited, but your non-conference games do not have a lock, signifying they are fair game to edit. Select any week that features a non-conference opponent or any bye week to be able to select a different team to play in that week. You can only have a max of 12 games, so you will need to remove a game before trying to add a new one. When you select a week, you will see all the available opponents that you can choose from. Some schools will not be available if they are already locked in by a conference game in that week, so you will have more luck finding a larger set of available teams earlier in the season before most schools have started conference play. And that's just showing you an example there with Oklahoma, or with Oklahoma State, choosing to play Oklahoma since they're not in the same conference anymore. See, they could change that or whatever. That's cool. That's cool. All right. You can also change if the non-conference game is a home or away game by simply toggling the home or away status on the schedule screen. That was in 14. To avoid the mass confusion of multiple people trying to edit schedules at the same time, the commissioner in the online dynasty was responsible for making all custom schedule changes. Okay? That makes sense? Team Builder in Online Dynasty. Okay? Team Builder is back. You can import up to 16 Team Builder teams in a private online dynasty. So yes, you can use Team Builders in a private online dynasty. The commissioner will need to replace existing FBS schools with the Team Builder teams they want to add when setting up the dynasty. Including Team Builder schools is only available at the creation of the league, and they can only be used in private online dynasties. So make sure, interesting. So I can't use it in a public online dynasty. That's interesting. So you can either play online. So if I'm doing an online dynasty, I cannot use a Team Builder school. I have to do offline, which I can see why some people would have a problem with it. I personally don't. Because I mean, why would I want to play online Dynasty if I'm not playing with other people? If that makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, so make sure your commissioner knows which school you want to use when getting the online Dynasty started. To burn a shirt or not burn a shirt. The changes of the world of college football have not been limited to off the field. Handling red shirts. Oh, that's talking about the red shirt thing. Okay, I got you. You can play them 4 games before you have to red shirt them. That's how 14 was too. Okay, see, because I didn't ever play online on 14, so nothing new right there then. People shouldn't be upset. All right, so the changes, red shirts. To keep in line with the real world, we have implemented the ability to play in up to 4 games in a season and still be eligible to take a red shirt. Each preseason, you will have the option of selecting which players for sure want to redshirt. You want to redshirt. And during the course of the season, you can monitor how many games each player has played in order to make the determination on if you want to keep playing that player or have them sit the remainder of the year in order to preserve his redshirt status. Those 4 games can be played at any point in the season. So you can get a freshman some game reps early in the year and then hold them out until the end of the season and then bring them back in for a playoff run if wear and tear has run your roster down. So the 4 games don't have to be consecutive. I can choose to redshirt a guy late in the season if I want to. It's so long as he hasn't played in more than 4 games. That's interesting. Those 4 games can be played at any point in the season. I literally just said that. So you can get a freshman some game reps early in the year and then hold them out until the end of the season and then bring them back in for a playoff run if wear and tears are running in Russia. You need to fresh body. Oh, I just read that. That's why. Once a player has played in the 5th game in a season, they are no longer eligible for a red shirt that year, but will be eligible for a red shirt the following year. If micromanaging red shirts is not your thing, no worries at all. Anyone who is eligible for a red shirt at the end of the season will have it automatically applied. So if they're eligible for a red shirt and you don't play them, it automatically red shirts them. Am I reading that right? Anyone who is eligible for a red shirt at the end of the season will have it automatically applied. And I'm pretty sure you could turn that off, guys. Don't worry. Earning some hardware. College football loves to celebrate accomplishments, whether it's reclaiming a 100-plus-year-old water jug from a rival like the annual Michigan-Minnesota game, a coach hoisting up the SEC championship trophy in Atlanta in early December, or the most outstanding player in college football striking the iconic pose just 1 week later. College football and awards are synonymous. Rivalry games will be on the line, and the winner of each contest takes home both the trophy and bragging rights for the year. Conference, bowl, and national titles will contribute both to your coach's pedigree, but also the school's program tradition grade. When it comes to awards, the conversation has to start with the most storied trophy in all of sports, the Heisman Memorial Trophy, which is awarded annually to the most outstanding player in college football. Each week of the season, keep tabs on the Heisman Watch to see who is in the running for the prestigious award. As Heisman race heats up, as we get to award being announced, heading into the first bowl week, and they just show here, Ollie Gordon probably, dude just got arrested, man. I don't know if he gonna be, but look where he from, man, Texas. Crazy athlete, man. Shador Sanders, Quinton Judkins, is that how you pronounce his name? Travis Hunter, Carson Beck. That's crazy. That is crazy. So we're looking at the Heisman Trophy list. And then what's this? Oh, Dylan Gabriel ends up winning. He wasn't even on the list. But that is cool, man. That is so cool. I wonder if they'll do like the Heisman presentation or whatever. In addition to the Heisman, we have other individual awards like the Lou Groza, Lombardi, and United's Golden Arm Award, among others. We also have the Broyles Award for Best Coordinator in the country. Interesting, to go along with our Head Coach of the Year award. That's new. I don't think you had a Coordinator of the Year award. Preseason and postseason All-American teams are named annually as well. In the preseason, both first and second team All-American teams are named at the national and the conference level. The postseason All-American teams feature the first, second, and freshman teams in the national and conference level as well. And they're just showing that. You'll be able to follow the nominated. I don't really care about that, y'all. Records are made to be broken. No career will be complete without tracking records. Interesting season stats, individual trackers, current season, while team stats track a number of categories, career stats, yada, yada, yada. The record breaker covers. We can skip this. I'm not interested in that, except for this part. Coach stats track the lifetime accomplishments of coaches. Also serves as a way to get a look at each coach's current job security status so that you can get an early look at what jobs may become available in coaching carousel. That's important to know. The record book cover player records on the career stats game level. Stickers are in the game, guys. For certain schools like Ohio State, Florida State, the pride stickers that are applied to an individual's player helmets of the course of the season are as iconic as any other tradition in college football. Each season, the helmet starts fresh, and over the course of the season, based on the player's performance, pride stickers are added to give visual representation of the player's accomplishments. And they just show the Tomahawks there for Florida State and probably the paw prints. Oh, no, he racked up on Tomahawks. He racked up. I thought they was going to show DJ Uga Uga. That boy was balling out. He got all them stickers. All right. We worked with each school to understand their field pattern to make sure that as the stickers are being applied over the course of the season, they are being added in the correct pattern based on how the school applies them in real life. That's good. Look at that. Attention to detail. Buckeyes on the collar. That's cool, man. You got to like it. So what else? No Dynasty Deep Dive is complete without going through some of the utility features of the mode. Okay, so let's look at this then. Both online and offline Dynasty can go up to 30 seasons. Up to 32 users can participate in Dynasty, offline or online. Only one user per school. Somebody asked the question about that. Only one user per school. All right. The commissioner is in charge of determining the settings for the Dynasty. The roster file that's used at league creation handles all custom conferences and custom schedule changes and are responsible for advancing the Dynasty to the next week off-season stage. No pressure. You can keep track of everyone's status in the member screen. Commissioner status can be transferred from the member screen as well. Commissioners will have the ability to force a win in the event that a game was not able to be completed. And for those of you that like to restart a game versus the CPU that isn't going your way, the number of times a game was started is tracked on the score schedule screen. Oh, they exposing y'all. Post-game speech. Congratulations, you made it this far in the blog. Standing nearly 17,000 words and 85 pages. This blog is a representation of how passionate this team is about the game. The level of dedication, commitment, and passion is what makes this team special, and both of us proud to be a part of it. The entire team has a do what it takes mentality because we know how important this game, and more specifically Dynasty Mode, is to you, the community. Like we said at the top, at the end of the day, everything centered around one goal: satisfy the core community, because this is their game. Our entire team embraced this and tried our best to embody it each and every day. It's been an incredible journey, and we couldn't be more excited for you to finally experience it. Thank you for the entire team, community, for your passion, excitement, and support for this game. With that being said, we'll see you again soon for the next deep dive. Man, the next deep dive is going to be next week, dog. If not by the end of this week. Because they still got to talk about Road to Glory. They still got to talk about Ultimate Team and the playoff thing. But I noticed they didn't say anything about that. So what a deep dive, guys. What are y'all's thoughts? That is a ton of information. Something that I didn't see mentioned, which I don't think is in the game, is the ability to build your stadium. I don't think you can upgrade the stadium. It's a W for me, though. I'm happy about it. I like everything that I saw. I expected it. It's awesome. I'm excited about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm stoked, man. I am super stoked. We have been live streaming for almost 4 hours, but that is an awesome deep dive, and I cannot wait. To see Road to Glory is going to be awesome too. But as far as like recruiting and everything, for the most part, a lot of that stuff is the same. Something I didn't see them touch on that I heard about is how the recruits are going to remember who recruited them. Now, the fact that we didn't see it in the deep dive makes me wonder, is that something that they scrapped out of the game, or is that still going to be in the game? Does that make sense? If it's not in the game, that's fine. If it is, that's super duper cool. You know, everybody that I've talked to about it, that's been there, that's played the game and seen it, even Matt Brown mentioned how the recruits will remember who recruited them. And and that way, if they get fired, and the people even wrote the articles, talked about that, but they didn't mention that in the deep dive. So that was very interesting. I do want to appreciate everybody that tuned into the stream, man. We've had a total of over 10,000 views. The most we had at one time watching was like 1,200 people. That's insane. Road to Glory and player customization team builder next week, hopefully. Yeah, because next week is the last week. The early game starts on the 15th. So, and today already Tuesday, bro. This week is flying by. Building stadium is in team builder. Yeah, I know that, but what I'm saying is like, I know what I'm saying. I was hoping they had like an in-game thing to upgrade your stadium. So like if I wanted to give SMU a new stadium, I would have to recreate SMU, which I know Team Builder allows you to do that. You can keep the exact same roster that's already in the game. You can keep everything that's already in the game and just change their stadium and stuff like that, uniforms and all. So I'll just have to play around with it and see what I want to do and go from there. So when I customize conferences, all the teams who won the championship, they will automatically get into the playoffs. So the way that the playoffs work is out of the Power 4 schools, which is the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, and the ACC. Whoever wins those conferences, the champions of those conferences get an automatic first week bye. Thanks for spending the day with us, boss. Nah, man, thank y'all for spending the day with me. That's real talk, because that was a long stream. And we still got 800 in the chat. Or on the stream. I appreciate y'all, man. I really, really do. Man, this is going to kind of... I wonder, how many of y'all is this information going to change who you play your dynasties with? Knowing how it's going to be... how difficult it's going to be for a small school in this game. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that you was going to take Kennesaw State and pop them into the Big 12 and think they're going to compete. They not. And they're not. They're not going to compete on the field. They're not going to compete in recruiting. You are going to get leveled in every aspect of the game doing that. And it makes sense as to why these smaller schools stick to smaller conferences together. And that makes me concerned even with SMU. I mean, they was an All-American conference. It's not terrible, but they're going from G5 to Power 4 conference. That's a big jump. That's a big jump. Are they going to be able to compete with the recruiting of the ACC? You know, I'm probably still going to do a small school and make it even more challenging. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely still doing a small school. Or I would say this. Now, my question with my rebuild with SMU is, do I want to start out as the head coach? I kind of want to start out as the offensive coordinator. Because what I want to do is start out as the offensive coordinator. You know, maybe get the head coaching job at SMU. I want to work my way up. But I do want to start as the offensive coordinator first. I'll do a video and ask y'all what y'all think. Should I start out as head coach? Because I really don't want to replace Lachey, because he's doing a phenomenal job at SMU. And there's no reason for him to not be the coach, even though he's not the coach in the game. So I guess that'd be fine. Staying small school and working my way up. It's realistic with the work they put in. Yeah, I'm a definitely, Burns, I'm a definitely do a dynasty where I want to start at a small school and work my way up. Start at a small school as a coordinator and work my way up. I'm not going to do that with SMU because they're in the ACC. They're already a big-time program, or they're in a big-time conference. So I'm going to have to go through and find what small school I want to do kind of on my own and build up. I'm going to have several different dynasties going on. This is going to be really cool because I want to do a regular dynasty with Texas. I want to do the rebuild with SMU, and I want to play with a smaller school. Heck, I kind of want to do a rebuild with Colorado just because I like their uniforms and stuff. But you're going to have a completely different team in a year. So I don't know what small school I would probably do, man. Like they got to have good uniforms. They got to have good unis. I'm going to do a video probably later today talking about kind of putting all this information into one and kind of making a consensus as to things you want to consider when you picking your team. You know what I'm saying? For the people that didn't live stream and stuff like that. Boise do got some fire uniforms, but I don't like the blue field. Boise has some fire uniforms, but yes, I don't like the blue field. I don't like the blue field. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let y'all go, man, because we at 4 hours, bro. Y'all have been amazing. Coastal Carolina, I don't like that teal field. I'm traditional. I like the little green field. Team Builder site should be out by the end of this week with the early release being 2 weeks away. The early release is less than 2 weeks away. Today already Tuesday. You got all of next week, and then it's Mondays. It's less than 2 weeks. But yeah, you're right. I would say Team Builder probably would go up next week. I would agree with that. End of this week of next week. We'll see, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another deep dive Friday or something like that. But yeah, man, y'all get out of here, man. Get y'all something to eat. Spend time with your families and stuff, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the stream. Bruh, y'all been solid, man. Sitting here for 4 hours listening to me talk and stuff. And then, I really, 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 really do appreciate that, man. All love, man. Till next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.